players is like you have to put in a lot of work just to like be able to hold your own ground in like FPL. You know, like you have to put in a lot of work just to be able to hold your ground in like the pickup games that pros play in, and that's kind of how a lot of individuals are getting noticed. And obviously, the same goes for the team. So as you mentioned, yeah, just from every angle, Counter-Strike scene requires a lot of time investment. As you can see, we are live into the pistol.
But
it would appear, although an interesting, yeah, we are. I'm assuming this is an interesting just little tactic between Config and Far, like waiting to blow open the vent to pounce on something, or just playing at a middle, a centralized rotation point, I guess we'd call it.
That is interesting. I wonder how this will play out. If you're coming in from the T side and you see that vent unbroken, you are going to have a really weird issue to try and deal with, right? Do you break it open yourself? That's going to give it all away. Either way, it looks like the real fight is going to be happening at the A-bomb site. Blamer first to spot someone, but Glaive with the early headshot, taking down kenZ right off the bat. Blamer with a couple of back-to-back headshots on the USP, and that is a great way to slow this hit down. No bomb plant allowed right now. It's dropped all the way back here, and they're going to go for Jerry. They run him down before he even really gets a shot here. So Sorty's going to be on his own 1 versus 3. I like the strategy from forZe. This could have worked out, right? If they get in, they get the bomb plant down, then they've got Sorty coming in here with a P250 on a long flank. That's not a bad idea. But once the main hit doesn't work and there's no bomb plant, then this isn't a plan at all, is it?
No, not really in any way. Now we'll just see if there's some individual heroics. 1v3 does have a P250, so he's got the right tool for the job. One quick headshot would be excellent, and his first contact will be Flame F. And ooh, he was looking the wrong direction, but there's the tap. Now into a 1v2.
Yeah, suddenly it's doable. 20 seconds, though, so I don't think the bomb plant is what you should be searching for here. Just try and find those fights right now. It's going to be so hard to get a kill and jiggle out the bomb, but yeah, he's going to run into the file again. That'll be the end of him. Nice early start here for Astralis. I still think the idea for the T side was just fine, so I don't have an issue with it, but nicely done on the CT side to begin with.
Yeah, 3 kills for Blame F right out of the gate in the pistol. Really well done from him. Glaive just hiding. Good little bait setup for Blame F to get some easy ones, double tapping right at the end to close it out. So 1-0 for Astralis. The upset's going to have to wait a little bit longer to get underway.
I think this is an interesting way to phrase it. Basically, Astralis is the project where you're just thinking now, I wish these people could play at the level that we know they could play at. But you're right, there is a lot of them. I mean, Sib might be one of the more almost criminal ones these days, right? Where you think, well, wait a minute. There used to be a point in time where everybody in the world would be afraid to be in a 1 versus 2 or even a 1 versus 3 against this guy. But it feels like that's almost distant memory by now.
Yeah, it is. It's like something we look back on very, very fondly of the good old days of the Clutch Minister.
Yeah.
But certainly haven't had to talk a whole lot about it outside of nostalgia for a while now. Yeah, I think there's a certain element of like, I don't know if I want to call it role confusion, but still, I mean, that's what's so scary about this. It still feels like this Astralis team is trying to figure out a way to make it work. So they're moving pieces around trying to find the comfort zone, and it's just not happening over such a long period of time as well. Jerry's going to be the last one left. Good fighting in middle from Astralis. They do lose 2 players, but those guns can be recovered still. And a 1v3 for Jerry with a deagle.
Yeah, good mechanics on Config, but you could tell he was maybe not quite ready for the final fight there, which is all right. He already did enough. So Jerry out there with the deagle, looking to do a bit more damage to that Astralis economy if he can. He's got 1 player isolated, swings for it. Oh, he tried to do the 180. Ooh. That is such a quick turnaround. Oh, wow. Farley will still take him down, but I mean, that's a pretty good round. 3 kills like that. On the forZe side, they're going to be happy with it. Not able to buy into this round because no bomb plant, but still, it's a little bit of an impact. You know, this is I'm gonna throw this out there. I'd be surprised if anyone in chat is going to be recognizing this, but I really like the name Jerry for a Counter-Strike player because that used to be one of my favorite players in Danish Counter-Strike on a team called Level Jerry. You know, I don't know if anyone's gonna remember that. You might, Jason, but otherwise, just to say, a little bit of history since we're feeling nostalgic anyway. I'm going to throw it back to, like, I don't know, 2002 or something.
I think Jerry would be a cool name for, like, a dog, like a pet.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, that could work.
You could be, yeah.
You want not too many syllables in that, right? Something you can shout across the, you know, when you're outside. Can't be too long, so.
Come on, Jerry. Let's go. Time for food.
Not bad. Not bad. Something to work with there. It's going to be... Are you planning on getting more dogs? You've got 2 already.
No, I don't. I thought we'd see if we could make the cast descend a little bit more into insanity than the analyst desk. So we're right on track. Glaive has 2 challenging him at the bottom of ramp. Plenty of utility, plenty of support behind him, and he might even just get activated to move forward. And at that point now, with that kill from Config, he's going to waste no more time. 3-0, nice and quick.
All right, so that actually makes up a little bit for the previous round where they had the 3 casualties. So coming into this one with just surviving it cleanly, it's a pretty good look. But the real test is going to be this next one. Yeah, blame of just having a field day down in the underpass here. But we'll see. 3-0 in favor of the Danish side. AWP being picked up on sortie already, and AKs for everybody else.
Well, everyone over at the A bomb site are 4 players for forZe, ready to line up for an execute. Only 1 player in mid. That's going to be Shalfie. Ooh, good shot from farlig up on top of the stairs. He's blinded, falls back. Smoke goes down, and here comes the lurk.
Sneaking through. Ooh, if he can get the timing down right in my workout, Glaive. That's a long range with the MP9, but he is still able to win that fight. Shalfie comes in with 1 horn right to the smoke. He takes down Blameoff as well, and Jerry will add to it. What a knockout punch. Some of those kills did not look likely at all, but they found a way to do them anyway. Config and Sip now 2 versus 3. Config sneaking around with an AWP, misses the shot. He wanted to go for it behind the flashbang, but it wasn't really timed well enough there, and now Sip is on his own. Bomb plant, it's only just happened, so he's got a tiny bit of time, but realistically, there should be no way to win this one. Oh, that's unfortunate. The wooden post there blocking his view. That's a rare miss right there. Sip gonna go for it, and he'll take down Jerry as well. He does have a kit in front of him, so he could try and run for this one. Picks up the AWP and a lot of grenades on top, but surely there's no way. This should be...
he'd have to... Yeah, this is absolutely impossible. Yeah, there's no way. Even if he puts the Molotov in the right place, Shalfie's going through that no matter what happens. But we wanted to hear something about a clutch minister. We wanted to see some of that back in action. We almost got it. 2 kills in the 1v3.
Yeah, not a bad shot at all there. A little bit more time, maybe a little bit more health, and it would have been away. But this second kill here from if you're Blameoff, what do you even do at that point in time? Just take your headset off for a minute, take a deep breath. Don't let the teammates hear the frustration.
Flashbang is out. Ooh, run boost? Or just a boost up to look down. Didn't get the peek he wanted, blinded, and gives up the angle. Blameoff has been real frisky in middle to start this game. He's been more than happy to take some of these fights. He's got a teammate peeking off catwalk. That's Config. He's even got farlig and Glaive coming to join up with him at top connector. This is a trap. Astralis want to take control of middle.
That is a pretty good Molotov to stop one part of the push there. So yeah, now they're fighting at top mid, but they could really use that underpass part of the push here. Sortie's guy lined up, and now the Molotov is gone, so Kenzie could be put into play once again. All right. Astralis are fading back from that peak there. Once they don't have the Molotov, once they have to fight at 2 angles, they really don't want to be doing that any longer.
It's a cool idea, though, right? Like, you get, like, your 6 seconds or 7 seconds to, like, see if you can find the fight that you want. And obviously, it wasn't there at the right moment, but I mean, kind of a cool idea to be able to challenge middle. They're going to get the fight just a little bit later.
There we go. Glaive walks right into it. No setup with any flashbangs or anything. Sortie's patiently waiting. Oh, but he gets caught. Nice Deagle headshot from farlig. Beats the AWP. And he's looking everywhere right now. He's going to be so careful. Blameoff will hunt him down. That's the bomb loss. So they're coming out. They're taking the A bomb site, but it doesn't really matter. They don't have a lot of time. Jerry... quick running with that AK-47. He keeps going, gets a headshot on Sip, and they might lose this round anyway. It's Config on his own, 1 versus 2. The smoke is up in front of him, and he tries to find a kit and maybe a rifle too. They're right on the other side with no health at all. Any bullets tagging them on the other side, and they'd be gone, but they managed to escape. They're going to get the bomb plant down, and what a shocking turn of events here. Config now to try and clutch it and save his team in this round that was set up so nicely for them in a 1 versus 2. He's sneaking forward, looking for it any which way he can. Oh, a little bit of a spot there and a straight headshot. Look at the box, taking him down. And now Norway on the other side has to try and see if he could do something to keep away. He can't take any fights here. He has to just wait it out, try and bait Config into it. Does have the kit, but a lot of patience there. Now he's going to go all the way for it, and he's still waiting. Way too patient. Oh, wait, he cut. Oh, there we go. I actually thought he came off it for a second, but fair enough. He did hold it all the way through. Second time was no fake, and that's going to be the round for Astralis.
Yeah, you're not going to stone cold someone twice like that. Not Config. That's a rough call to make, but you can understand why. Just no HP. Probably felt his options were super limited. Good win from Config, but man, that was scary. I mean, it felt like forZe turned that around completely. Yeah, that's a wild thing. I mean, they had all the advantages of Astralis in this before Jerry got involved in the action, which is just crazy to think about. This turnaround, like the strength of positioning, but 2 quick kills in a 2v3. forZe almost pull it off. BlameF again, double kill. Oh, he's gonna go for 3. Almost had it. It's already down to 44 health, but BlameF does work early.
Yeah, he nearly had that last one. That is still putting his team in a pretty great position. Config knows or feels like maybe someone is still locked up there behind the cart. So, ready with the AK. Not exactly a player that is afraid to take a fight, Config. Which some of the time can be really cool. It can backfire. There are rounds where you feel like, ooh, if Config would have just played that one passively, maybe they keep the man advantage. And yeah, he's either getting called back or more likely just calling himself back. And they're in T-spawn as well with Glaive sneaking around the MP9. So there is a heavy timer on this clock right now for forZe. They need to go.
Yeah, they have no idea. They have no idea the timer's even there. Not yet, at least. Blocked off by smoke. Oh, this is going to do so much work. Glaive is going to have so much information. At least a double kill surely takes the shot. Both players inside of the smoke are able to trade it back. But 3-on-2, they both know where you are. Everyone's location is discovered. Config, gotta hold that off, and he can't win the fight. Somehow Jerry's done it again.
Yeah, finding a way back in. Sip will spot that out. Yep, he's calling in for FaLe. They know, and a lot of noise on the other side. So FaLe definitely knows what's coming, but he'd love for Sip to get a bit closer. Great headshot, and what a follow-up as well. Taking down Jerry. This is establishing a little bit of control here on the side of Astralis. They also denied the bomb plant. Now, they did only survive with a couple of members alive, so their economy is going to be really a little bit beat up. But at the same time, this next round should be a lot easier. So good job for Astralis so far.
I just like the way BlameF is still just looking for these fights every single round in middle. I have to imagine after a successful double kill like that, he might give it up and he might kind of go back to a little bit more of a passive setup. But he's just a nuisance early on in these rounds. That's really painful. And Astralis has shown some tendency to want to control that part of the map in the first 30, 40 seconds or so.
I have an idea I want to pitch to you, Jason, for a product.
Love these.
Maybe we can patent this real quick. How about an esports? We've seen these different pillows that are in the background of some of these players, right? These little small throw pillows. How about like an esports pillow that has just a little bit? It's almost sort of hollowed out, and then you could hold it up to your face and scream into it when you lose rounds, so that it kind of silences it for your teammates or your neighbors.
Like a stress pillow. Like
a stress pillow, yes. You don't have to hold it in. You can just You get Ferrari peeked by some idiot with an AK, and you can just scream it out, and it's all good.
Okay. Yeah.
Something to think about.
Well, how would it be different from just a normal pillow?
It's gonna have LEDs for one. It's esports. So.
That's right. It's an esports product. It's gotta have LEDs.
Yeah. so there's that. We'll come up with more stuff. Don't worry. Later on. Nice round so far. Great triple from FaLe. That'll shut the round all the way down. And again, I think they were setting up, in case they could get the bomb plant, they would have had a little bit of a chance to catch a rotation out here with the Tech 9. It's a good idea, but it didn't work out the way that they wanted. Yeah,
and it's also one of those things that just kind of looks a little bit silly when you don't even get a chance to put it into play. You're just like, why is this dork just lurking over here in the holes?
I need to point out that there's 2 people right now on the forZe side that have 0 kills. So that's definitely an issue. You want to change that really, really quickly at the moment. Jerry's obviously been playing really well. Shalvy's been there as well, but Norway and Kenzie both have 0.
Yeah, that's not ideal in any way. We'll see if they can pick it up here in round 8. Glaive in the window. Config rotating, gonna go support towards the B bomb site. The double jump out the window as well. One player, BlameF, underneath. Oh, still this aggression, but this time the timing is completely different.
Yeah, Kenzie running right in there. Cracks open the connector, ready to go for it. BlameF hears it, and he wants to chase him down, but he must be so confused. Where exactly are they? Config and Sip will pick up a kill each. That's a great way to slow this down. I was going to say, he was really deep. He was all the way towards jungle, so he could have made a big opening. Sip, easy headshot for him to get, and he throws out a nade, lands right on top of Shalfie, and that'll soften him up for Config. Swings in for it. forZe, I don't mind when you slow down an attack in the middle of it. Sometimes that'll give you a lot of space on the T side to do it with, but it feels like when they slow it down, Astralis keep running at them and just finding them out in the open, and so the slowdown isn't having the effect that they want. And Sorty's on his own right now, 1 versus 4.
Was this like a delayed Astralis like SWAT team out the window? Like they had some utility at like 1 minute and like 25 seconds or something like that that enabled like Blame F and Glaive to just jump out and attack different portions of the map?
Yeah, it might have been.
That's a really interesting way to try and pull that off. I might be just reading into something that I saw on the minimap a little bit too much, but it's a long time to try and save this AWP for Zordy. Has no idea where anyone is. And if he takes too much of a step outside of this doorway, he's going to go down easily to Blame F. And I was going to say, you're never chicken beneath you. He had the idea, but that's impossible to clear out. 7-1.
Tough times for the underdog team. 7-1. That's a nice and powerful lead. Let's just see. Yeah, Sip, he was ready for this one. And it's kind of a shame because they got deep into Catwalk, which is normally kind of difficult to do on the T side. But once you get there, usually it puts a lot of pressure on anyone who's actually anchoring that B bomb side. So
right.
They had some positions there that maybe could have worked out. Now we're going to see a classic B rush. Always good for one round, it feels like. Flashbangs are there. The Tech-9s are in, down on the low ground, fighting Conflict, but he's hitting some good headshots. AK-47, and he's not even really tempted to reload yet. He wants to go for more, and he's shutting it all the way down. Quad kill ready, but he does get denied the ace, unfortunately. Noe there to pick up his first kill of the game. And that is, I guess, better late than never. 1 versus 2 now. Going to try and relocate. A little bit of a jump over towards the bench. I think they might have already heard. And yep, they're looking his way. They've got the good read on it right now. And surely he's going to be gone any second now. Good shot right there, actually. Molotov is burning him, pushing him out into the fight against Farleague. And he just gets shot in the face. That's unfortunate. It would have been so cool to see him win that 1 versus 3. A lot of effort in that round, but it's still Astralis who come out on top.
Yeah, it is, and that's, I mean, heartbreaking. That's the closest round forZe have had that they could have possibly taken in quite some time. So good win from Farleague. Nice little clutch. And an 8-1 lead for Astralis. It's looking really good for them. And at least, as you mentioned a couple rounds ago, 2 players on zeros, Kenzie and Norway. They're both on the board. So got to be at least happy about that one. At least they're coming alive. Let's get some silver linings here.
Yeah, and we said it earlier with Rain, right? We saw him make a cool comeback. Yeah. Sometimes some of those early kills just are the harder ones to get, so...
Yeah, Rain went off. He got stuck on 0 kills for like 10 rounds, and then he went nuts. Ooh, a chance there for Farleague. Narrow miss. As they screwed up the smoke, it's going to have to be a second one used much earlier than forZe would have liked.
They didn't even screw it up. It was Molotov to put it out, so... Well, that's what you meant. Oh, fair enough.
Yeah.
I get it. I understand. I was like, wait a minute. Yeah.
No, it's not their fault. Don't blame them.
I wanted to, but yeah, good move. Not a lot of time to get that flick in, but yeah, nicely done. Blame F will take down Kenzie Farleague with the shot, and they are getting wiped out once again, even just trying to get close to the bomb site. I mean, they're getting in a connector, and they're getting up towards Tetris coming out of that A-ramp, but it's just not enough right now. You could tell that Astralis are here to try and win this game right quick. Blame F with 14-6. Farleague at 12-2. That's a powerful spearhead right there.
Yeah, they're having no issues today. This Astralis side. This is clean so far.
It's possible, Jason, that forZe could really use that rage pillow that we were talking about. Yeah,
I think they might be our first sponsors that we sign on to it at this point. They might have to be the ones that give us all the initial Instagram content that gets the boost.
I think there's a lot of there's a lot to work with there. Maybe it has like a little microphone, and it just measures the decibel, and you can see how high you can go.
How raged you are, yeah.
Yeah.
And how much it calms you down. Well, it's gonna be worth the price point's gonna be it's an esports product, so it's got to be at least priced quadruple what it's actually worth.
I'm guessing $200 or $300 right there, like for a.
Okay.
I think that's got to be the entry point.
And then we'll probably have to like add like a zipper and a pocket onto it, so we can justify this zipper is used. You open up the zipper and your hand is a comfortable resting point as you yell into the pillow.
Yeah, exactly. There we go. Like almost like a baseball glove, kind of on the you can put your fingers in. Yeah.
Yep. And then we can sell like an actual leather version as well, like leather trimmings on it.
Yeah,
That'll be an extra $50
for $1,000 right there. So that's all right. We're working on it. It's a work in progress. We'll keep you guys up to date with how that goes. 9-1. If there is going to be a turnaround on this first half, it kind of needs to come right about now for forZe. I'd say at this point, I mean, 6 rounds obviously is the best they could do at the moment, which would be amazing. If that happens, then we're talking about a real turnaround. But at the very least, I'd say they need to get up to 5 just to have the baseline set in there, just to make sure they're not going to get completely wiped out if they lose the pistol in the second half. And right now, just every single fight everywhere is being won by Astralis. It's so ridiculous. Jerry with the deagle, he's getting a bit found as well. And Shelfie on his own, he's managed to lurk his way quite deep in here, but I don't think it even matters anymore.
These are the only engagements, these are the only fights that Zipex has really been part of. Outside of like that 1v3 has been like these random little lurks when there's no chance of the round being won. So he's got to be just so annoyed by that. He's just like, why is there always just one guy chilling over here? It's about to be 10-1. You know, all those if statements that we had to start the series, you know, if Zipex was going to show up, if Config was going to show up, if Glaive was going to show up, it's kind of happening. You know?
They're doing it.
They're getting it. Yeah.
Who could have known? We've been waiting for a while, I feel like. It's come to the point even where it feels like most people kind of, I don't want to say they've given up on Astralis, but there's been a lot of going like, well, they're maybe not the name to talk about in some of these tournaments, but yeah, I mean, this is a good look. We want to see them keep doing this, certainly now, but also against tougher opponents in the future. That'd be really awesome. 10-1. As you said, Cologne is right around the corner.
Yeah, Cologne's right around the corner, but they got to get through this bracket first. And remember, the winner of this plays up against FaZe tomorrow, which is pretty crazy to think about. So Astralis certainly has their work cut out for them if they are to go on and win this. They'll have to bring their A game yet again, 2 days in a row. Config only able to get the 1. It's a 2-for-2 trade in middle between Astralis and forZe.
Okay, bit of an opening, some potential. The bomb is unfortunately really far back, so Jerry will have to pick that up in transit to the bomb site. In the meantime, they take another fight, trade it evenly. That might not be so bad. I like the idea because they weren't spending the time on anything else. They had to wait for the bomb, so why not go and try and create even more space for it? I don't think that's such a bad idea, but once you trade it like that, still a chance for Astralis to upset the situation. Farlig's going to go pick up an M4. BlameF is there as well in connector. The bomb has been planted finally for forZe, so maybe one of their best chances yet to try and get something done. They're kind of out of nades, and the same could not be said for Astralis. They have quite a bit. They can burn out that back corner where one of them is holding right now, and that would be a hard way to go. When the other one, Kenzie's got almost no health yet. There's the deep grenade in Kenzie. He wants to go for it, but they're just going to get shut down. The timing and the combination of low health and being stuck in a corner that's on fire is just, that's too much to handle. Nice retake from Astralis.
Yeah, what are you supposed to do? I mean, even the player from Cubby is trying to actually take that fight to give his teammates some chance to get out from behind the boxes, away from the Molotov, and he's just got no HP for that fight. This is domination, and if you think all the way back to round number 4, I mean, even that round I think was like a 5-on-3 for Astralis before the Shelfie flank came through connector smoke and got a double kill to open things right back up. So, I mean, there hasn't really been like 2 rounds that have been contested throughout this streak for Astralis. They've been playing just such a stellar CT side.
Yeah, this is a really nice show that they're putting on right now. 11-1, not a lot to criticize at the moment. BlameF hunting around down here. A little backup while he was doing that reload, so, you know, could have been a little bit scary if someone had been pushing from the other side, but they're winning everything all across the board. This round is already done. It's crazy. 17-6 on BlameF.
15-2 on Farlig as well. 14-7 on Config. Yeah, this is a crazy game. But also, like, forZe have been attacking exactly where Astralis wanted to. Like, we haven't really seen them emphasize the B bomb site as a team really at all. It's all been heading towards middle, which is where we know Farlig has been, where we know BlameF has been aggressive. Config has been there a couple times as well. They're going right at the main point of Astralis' defense each and every round.
Absolute madness. Config able to close out the round 12-1 in favor of Astralis. Just looking unbeatable at the moment. I mean, earlier we were consoling ourselves a little bit on behalf of forZe, saying, well, at the very least, the money's not looking that great on the CT side, but even that's not true anymore. They all have 10,000 or above, more or less, so I don't know. This is it could be one of the quicker maps we've seen in a while right here.
Yeah, this is like a speed run from Astralis. That's pretty wild. Molotov out towards top mid. Config gonna wheel around towards Catwalk. Blame F, who's got 17 kills. He's still over in the window. And once again, forZe positioned to come right at the mid defense, although they're adjusting it now. Into the B holes we go.
What are the best speedrun games, you think?
Super Mario 64.
Okay. I haven't seen any of those. Am I missing out?
I mean, it's speedrunning, so you're missing out to the extent of which you care about speedrunning.
I think it could be...
You know, yeah, it's fun sometimes. The only thing that always weirds me out is, like, can we really call it speedrunning if they're allowed to use glitches? You know how they, like, do, like, the speedruns with glitches and without glitches? The glitch ones are crazy to watch.
Yeah, it's true. That's hard to keep up with. But yeah, there are some where they don't allow it. I guess that's just a personal preference kind of thing. Yeah, I saw one Half-Life 2 speedrun with glitches that was truly insane. Like, absolutely out of control.
I've seen that too. And, like, they're just, they're, like, you can see them, like, approaching different parts of, like, different maps, like, through, like, the walls.
Yeah, and just bouncing all over the place. Well, ooh, nice trade. Xiaofi, that's what we need. Chance here with the Deagles. They've done some damage already, although Blame if it's on the hunt, and that's the bomb that he finds. Oh, that's a big issue. Farley is going to be going down, so they're doing the damage, but the bomb is lost in a really awkward spot on the map. That's going to be hard to recover it from. You have to find a way to fight Blameth right here. Kenzie's right on top of him. I don't think anyone knows where the other person is. Oh, and it's going to be the drop there. Kenzie with the surprise on Blameth. And now there's a real chance, although Glaive is going to catch Jerry. The bomb is still going to be recovered, so there will be a bomb plant at the very least here with just 6 seconds to put it down. Not at all bad. We'll see if this could be another hard break as Glaive tries to go for the 1 versus 2 clutch. Out in the open already and taken down. Kenzie not at all afraid. That's one of the... This is a round where you say forZe should have never won it, but somehow they find a way to get that second round on the board.
Yeah, this time, I mean, at least the Deagles, they're at least trading kills in middle. Like, it's just constantly like a 1-for-1, and even when the bomb gets dropped. Zipic's only able to get the 1 here. Jerry has a nice shot. That's Sparleg going down, and obviously no way for Blame F to read that someone's going to be above and behind him. Nice win for forZe. They're second. Got to be happy about that one.
So probably a little bit late in the day to start doing some damage, but there's still a second map. You have to remember that too. So even if they're gonna have a hard time making a full comeback on this map, just getting everyone played into this game. Jerry and Xiaofi 10 and 11 kills respectively. The rest of them definitely need to have a much higher output right now to truly try to fight Astralis. We'll see. Farley on the other side, ready in case anyone wanted to peek that one.
Ooh.
Yeah, still ready. My favorite position right here. You shoot people, they fall back into the couch, but you have to actually shoot them, otherwise not going to be put to rest like that. Nice swing.
You have to hit the shot. It's the one trick with the AWP. Zipix, oh, nice blind opponent. It's Blame F to get that kill. Zip goes down inside the site, and Blame's got a whole new position. Config with the op is able to have a response, and all of a sudden, it's just lonely Zorti. 1v3.
Yeah. Your Counter-Strike opponents hate this one trick. How to shoot people with the AWP. All right, nice job. Gets down on the low ground. Fair enough. 13-2.
I thought he was going to hit that. I thought he was going to pull the trigger.
It did look like it, didn't it?
Well, I guess we're at the point of the broadcast, Anders. We do the classic. Man, is the pistol necessary?
Yeah,
it's just so important.
They need that and a lot more, don't they? It's gonna have to be a really wild ride for any kind of a comeback to even be close to possible. What a start for the Astralis side.
Yeah, it was great. I mean, they just picked it apart. I mean, some nice mid setups, some cool different ideas in middle that they were bringing out to play. So just like testing some new things they've been working on, apparently. But looking good, obviously. I don't think this is as much of a fight that forZe is putting up as we would like and as we know they're capable of. But still, you got to give credit over to Astralis for a strong defense.
Yeah, not at all bad. Well, here we go. Second half is coming up. 13-2 lead, and Astralis looking for a knockout explosion into the B bomb site, which right now is not that bad. Maybe Xiaofi could turn around and hit some headshots. Otherwise, it's only one defender really inside of the bomb site, and he's getting overwhelmed. Glaive jumping through with the Glock. It's so hard to stop when they're that close, and you know there's going to be more coming right behind. So quick headshot, quick bomb plant, and they're in a lot of trouble here for the retake.
Peace. Config wants to get aggressive, and he's got one as well. He's going to keep pushing forward. Jerry's the next victim in his way, although Hasn't spotted that yet. Config just gonna back completely out. Continues to fight over at bench. This retake now finally getting underway as Jerry moves out of market. Quick 2 headshots for him, and all of a sudden we're on. Blame F tucked down and baiting, some would say, but he's gonna stop the defuse, and he's gonna win the round.
Oh, one more headshot. Well, listen, in the words of YNK himself, there's a thin line between baiting and teamwork, and Blame F for finding the right side of that. Perfectly done.
Yeah, and I mean, I think that was also designed. Remember, I mean, Config came back to him fighting at bench, and Blame was just crouched, hiding behind the bench, waiting for his moment. I mean, that was played just perfectly.
Yeah, you like to see it. 14-2, and
listen, even if you hard bait a teammate, there's like one rule that can get you out of any situation where you're baiting, which is if you win the round, it does not matter.
All is forgiven. You say that, but not if I'm playing. I'm not.
Andrews, you're the biggest baiter of all of them. You're the guy with the op and T-spawn for 45 seconds.
That's true, but that's why they call them double standards, Jason. It's not the same when I do it, obviously. It's
sure.
Just when people do it to me. Not even gonna make any excuses about that. It's true.
Well, this hole just got way deeper for forZe, obviously, with that pistol rod loss. Scout, FAMAS, MP9, and 2 Deagles is what they have to play with in round 17.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is, eventually dig the hole deep enough here, then the whole mine is going to collapse on top of them, and they'll be out of the map, so can't go on for too much longer, surely. 14-2, and the shocking thing is there's not a lot of sign of life. I still think it's incredible to see Jerry at 14 kills, right? Like, that's a lot when you're down 12 rounds, but it might not make a difference. Nice headshot, but Config crouched in there, ready for it. And over here with the Deagle, he's going to get one, but he needed a lot more than that. And this is still going to be impossible for Kenzie to get anything done. 1 versus 3. Might as well go for it. There's a chance for a really sick highlight here, but he's already getting caught jumping up. It's a good jump, good acrobatics, but Sip will catch him for a 15-2 scoreline.
Well, what can you say about this one? It's pretty much over. This is forZe's pick as well. They have the first map selection, and it's not panning out any of the way which they would have liked it. 15-2, they got to rattle off 13 straight. That's just to fight for overtime as well. So yeah, that's about where we're at.
There's no sexing this one up, is there? We just have to accept it. forZe are gonna have to, and they're gonna get a break between map 1 and 2, and hopefully they can use that to try and get themselves mentally back into it. Ooh, nice shot there with the Deagle as well. Jerry right on top. That's good. A tag to add to it. Sip low on health. forZe doing the best that he can here. You wish it'd be cool to see him hit those kind of shots when he has the AWP on top of everything else. Now it's Blame F in a 1 versus 5 with a lot of time. So at least he's got that going for him, but this should be an unlosable round from the point of view of forZe here. I'm gonna find early kill there on Norway.
Just the way in my head when like the camera switches to Blame F as the last one left in the 1v5, I'm just like, man, Twitch chat's gonna go nuts with this one.
Yeah, he's ready for it. Oh. They're kind of, I don't know, it's hard to, they might just be mentally a little bit out of it, but coming in for this fight is one of the few ways in which Blame F could win it. Not to say that they have to be super scared of him, but just, you know, maybe don't try and fight him at an angle like that. Just let him come and get the bomb eventually. There's the shot from forZe. Nice round from him. Good triple for Jerry and double for forZe there. So 15-3.
All right, a little bit of a lifeline. Let's see what they can do with it. Few AK-47s picked up, and for the Astralis side, they've got to sit around out. They don't really have any cash to speak of. So, oh, that's an incredible Deagle shot to help get things started. Even the follow-up as well. What a great round from Jerry. 3 kills with the Deagle.
Yeah, he's all over the place. Nicely done. But yeah, the fact that you have to fight your way back to try and get into overtime as well just feels absolutely miserable. But it would be funny if it happened, because obviously that'd be classic Astralis, you know, collapse story, which I don't know. We enjoy those too, don't we? When they happen.
Yeah. Those are pretty fun. Considering we had to watch like 2.5 years of them just dominating everything, it's nice to see them collapse once in a while.
There's always a chance. Right now, it's pretty far into the future, but
yeah, it ain't happening here today.
Especially not against the Pistols of this round. They're kind of running around, hoping maybe for some aggression, but CT side not giving them much of anything. Well, I don't really blame them for it. Just, even though this game is a 99% loss, just still, try and get everybody warmed up. Get a couple of people to join Jerry and the rest.
Yeah.
That'd
We talk about that kind of frequently. That's sometimes like the only thing you can really hope for in any meaningful way is just to get people more involved, a little bit more woken up, and get the communication flowing a little bit better as well. So that would be maybe the only thing positive that can come out of this map for forZe. Astralis is really taking their sweet time with these pistols.
Yeah, why are they doing this to us? It's just, they don't even have anything really special going on. They're just kind of maybe talking through, letting them linger in it a little bit, just being annoying for the minute. Yeah, they finally go, and it's a 3-second affair. They're all dead. They're all dead immediately. Wasting our time is what they're doing.
I know, and that's unforgivable.
Can't be having that, can we? But it's another round on the board again. I mean, it just puts a little bit of space between the ridiculous beating that they take early on. They get a chance now to breathe a little bit. Say, all right, we can win a couple of rounds here or there. Kind of keep it going. I don't think that's too bad. It's still a long ways away from an acceptable first map, but they're doing something to try and get themselves back into the swing of things. Salty has been picking up that AWP now, so curious to see if he's going to be quick with it.
Ooh, utility dumped. Here's the attack. Yeah, Glaive gets the opening kill again. One more Mac 10. Oh, they know his position. No, they don't. No, they don't. Wasn't called out. Oh, Norway with a nice double kill. The rest of this hit is so much farther back. It's so slow, and the AWP has the angle. Farleg is dead before he even knows it, but a missed shot will give him a second chance at life.
Config solo on health, and it's another headshot from Norway. That's not bad. Really incredible defense. I thought they knew where he was as well, and that could have been the end of him. They try and go for the swing, but Farleg not realizing there's a second player there, and they're out of time at the end here. So even without that, they would have, I think, been in some trouble. Everybody from forZe had already shown up to the bomb site, and the bomb was committed. So nothing much they could have done there. So great defense in spite of the opening kill. That's usually terrifying if you're defending this bomb site and you get knocked out immediately. Yeah. That could have been the end of the round, but good stuff.
I mean, triple kill from Norway is absolutely massive. I thought for sure that Glaive had spotted him at some point, that Zip was going to turn the corner with the Mac 10 and be able to take out that position, but it was not to be, as we saw. So 10 more rounds forZe needs in forced OT.
Yeah, they keep going. How far back do they have to walk this before we start to get nervous? What's the number of rounds that they need to get to forZe on the CT slide before maybe Astralis start to sweat a little bit?
14.
14? No, come on. It's gonna be before that. Like, surely, I would say when you get up to around like 12 or something, I'd say there should be like a moment where Astralis is thinking, you know what, this could actually be really embarrassing if this doesn't play out.
Yeah, but I think the fact that they're at 15 is just like, all they need is one, you know? Like, it's hard to like get, I don't think you get nearly as nervous when you already have overtime secured. It's not a matter of nerves. It's just like can we please just finish this?
Yeah, but that's also why it'd be so embarrassing, right? That's the problem. Like, you're right. All it takes is one good entry, and that's probably it. If you can't even do that for pretty much 15 rounds straight or more, that's
it's this round, Anders. It's 16-6 win for Astralis. It's over.
Yeah, you're calling it now already?
This is gonna be the one.
I don't know, Jason. I don't know. Let's see. I'm secretly rooting a little bit for the full-on comeback, just because it'd be so funny, you know. I'm looking at the Twitch chat. I'm waiting for the mood to change. Right now, people are just laughing, saying, "Good, great, like we got it. Don't worry about it." All the Astralis bettors out there, they're loving life, but I'm just saying, you never know. Oh, Farleg's got it. Nice boost, deep angle to look over. Not going to catch anyone there. Well, they're going to turn it into a little bit of a run boost. Kind of a limp run boost, but
yeah, it wasn't great.
Got to be careful about that stuff. But they get into the middle anyway. No one is challenging them, really. Bomb is close to the top of mid, so we'll see if they can find something with that. Walking right into the AWP is BlameF. He's dead.
He didn't have a care in the world. Now the challenge is getting out or sticking around for the fight. Zorty looking for some over the smoke. He's got a second one. Oh, and off catwalk, the double up setup is perfect. 15-6. And it's looking like it's not going to be 16, but Glaive has something to respond with. 2 kills for him in middle, but there goes his teammate. So Glaive has to be on for the ace.
Yeah, trying to clutch it on his own. He's got 50 seconds. That is not a lot of time to try and get this done with. Let's see. Hoping again for a mistake. He'd love for someone to come peek him. It's going to be world of difference if he can make this a 1 versus 2 and try to find a way to a bomb site. But right now, he's just stuck and they're not moving. I think they were thinking about it. You can see Jerry is moving forward, but smartly they call a bit of a freeze and they just wait for him to show up. Shelfie with the final kill there. 15-7. What if you jinx them, Jason, and all the Astralis fans are just going to be in your DMs? What then?
Ooh. That would be a rough day, I think. I think it's all right. So, although I did expect them to win this round. I did expect it to be 16-6. I don't know. Think of how big of a jinx it would have to be for a comeback of this magnitude. From 15-2?
It's possible.
I don't even think I have those powers.
No, you don't think so? Well, we'll find out. That's what we're here for now. I'm curious. Maybe there is a world. Let's see. Pistols on the side of Astralis. Setting up for just a regular execute. No real rifles behind it, of course, but doesn't mean it can't work. Certainly could get a bomb plant here. Challenging the smoke, that's kind of dangerous. That's the kind of stuff that get you into a little bit of trouble. They might be better off playing this as sort of a retake because they have all of the utility and all of the firepower. So they don't really have to fight for it. They get the kill on Fire. It's a good start. And the bomb is miles away. What's happening?
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. The bombs are all the way back. Nobody brought it into the bomb site. Now all the smokes have cleared. There's nothing that Astralis can do except go all the way back to the B bomb site. At the end of the day, it probably wouldn't have mattered no matter what. But it does look silly. However, Glaive has the time perhaps to get a plant. Nobody's nearby, so at least he'll get the extra $800.
Yeah. Okay. Let's just pretend that they meant to do that, you know? It's a better story that way. And they're like, yeah, get faked out. And they're like, wait a minute. Tech9, 1 versus 5. It would be an epic way to try and win this one, but I doubt it. Hiding by the shelves inside of the market. This is good range for the Tech9, but 3 people are coming at him. I don't think this is going to happen. About to get shot in the back, too. They're checking everywhere. Goes for it. And yeah, there's a 4-on-1 fight in there. They're going to find him and take him down. So, nice attempt.
Nice attempt.
I don't know. I mean, Jerry's up to 23 kills. He is almost top fragging. He only outdone by BlameF for 24. How does that make you feel, Jason?
It's fine. I'm not worried yet. Like I said, I'll be worried when we get to 14. Until then, we're having a good time here. Astralis is just testing strats.
Okay.
Saving strats, testing them, talking them over. Well, 7 more chances to close out Mirage.
We'll find out. Good start right there. Sip catching Saltier in the middle, so he's down and out. And this time they've even brought the bomb with them, so it's a huge upgrade from the previous round. Pushing up those Jerry. Could be a nice surprise if you could find the timing. If you go, too early and he walks into this AWP shot, but if there's a little bit of noise on the other side of the map and Jerry finds the opening, he's going to have an interesting rotation through T-spawn, so it's worth it to set up like this. Middle all the way open, though. Nobody from forZe is anywhere near middle at the moment.
Oh, there it is. A little bit early, and he's lucky to be alive. Farlig missed a chance. He'll be upset and frustrated with that one. And that's going to force Jerry all the way back. Astralis in middle now started to make their move. Smoke towards top con.
What a disaster that could have been if he would have been found.
Oh, they're wrapping around all the way to the A bomb site for just like a standard hit out ramp and palace, which has already been cleared by Jerry. So they're saying, okay, you pushed up, you cleared this out, we're going to come right back at it, and you will never expect that. And they're 100% correct. Everyone has shifted away from the A bomb site.
Yeah, they don't at all seem to be ready. This could be a huge issue, especially with Jerry gone down. Oh, no. They needed everyone here. Now it's up to kenzie. 20 seconds. That might be the only thing working for them here on the CT side is the time potentially running low. But when they're getting the kills, it doesn't really matter. kenzie only good for the 1. 10 seconds here. And they're going to get the bomb plant on the other side. It's a nice headshot. Or it's not even a headshot. Just a deagle doing damage on the Blamef. But I don't think it's going to matter at the end. The bomb has been planted. And it is a 1 versus 3 here for Shelfie to try and do whatever he can. They know exactly where he is. They know that there's pretty much only 2 opportunities right now. So, Astralis, for all of the talk and the potential for some kind of a slip up here, they're not letting that happen right now. And it's going to be 16-8. A great victory for Astralis here. Really confident on the opening map. That's it's good to see. Players that are dangerous on this map. I mean, Blamef on his own when he's under that yard doing work could be really, really hard to shut down. So I imagine this is going to be an uphill battle, to say the very least. Already really, really far back. A little bit of a fight outside here. They brought at least a couple of pistols. Blamef on the P250 there to take the long-range fight outside. But up close, it's finally catching kenzie on a mission.
Yeah, I didn't see the reaction. Maybe kenzie got pulled into an early push because of some of the attention outside. But regardless, the Astralis has found a pretty easy and quiet way to get down low. There's nobody here. Zorti is the closest one right in ramp room. But there is no defense on that bomb site. Good shot onto far leg, but now the windows are broken. Now they know what's coming. Still 2 more players to deal with attacking ramp room from Astralis.
And Config doing a little bit of cleanup work. Nearly catching him in the corner. That could have been a nice kill. Bomb is on Glaive, and they're down there. What an odd round. It's back into a 3-on-3. I don't think they even know. forZe, they're up checking the A bomb site. Now they're going to realize, yeah, something is up. Nearly catching it. Shelfie, that would have been a nice shot, but he managed to dive down the vent. Config makes his escape, and now they're going to have to go for the retake, and it will not be easy either. They have a smoke and a kit, so those are some good tools to work with. They're going to smoke the door and not the bomb instead, so that could be a little bit of an issue potentially. We'll see if it's going to work against them now. Norway swinging for it. He's going to be able to take down Glaive. It's a pretty decent start. We'll see. Already out into the bomb site. And yeah, that smoke, it might work out for them, although they gotta be careful. Shooting through the smoke already. Almost a defuse, and there it is. Every kill going the way of Astralis, but it doesn't matter. Forced to win the round.
Yeah, that actually took them so long to actually pounce and commit to try to stop that defuse. That was a few extra seconds, so I mean, fair play. Well done with the miraculous defuse, but Astralis completely outplayed them tactically in that round. Just shocking. I mean, a nice victory. We'll see if forZe can build upon it. Sometimes editors, you just need a gift. You need like the game or the opposing team to give you a gift to get you started.
Yeah, I mean, whatever it takes. I don't think they're going to complain that it was a close affair in that one. Just pick up the round, keep going, prove to yourselves at the very least that you've got a lot to work with here. That's got to be the way to do it. Jerry up close with the MP9 could be dangerous. I think this is what it's made for, so he's going to be all right for the first one, but stopped immediately. Hard stop by Sip.
Hard exclamation point stop. Zorti with 2 kills from up above in the raft. Actually make a run and actually get that bomb planted, and in fact nobody's reacted, so a second round plant for free, which makes the next round buy that is definitely coming in because no armor was invested in all the more powerful.
Yeah, but at least only the 1 casualty in Jerry, so something to work with. Want to keep building that economy as hard as they possibly can right now. 2-0 in their favor. And you're right, third round is going to be a lot of weapons on that Astralis side.
Yeah, and if I'm Astralis, I'm looking at this and I'm just like, man, we've gotten down to the lower bomb site through vents like pretty easily 2 rounds now, like the first 2 rounds and the fifth round and this one, without anyone really being able to react or stop us or coming down ramp room to challenge in any kind of timely fashion. So if I'm Glaive, I'm like tucking that in the back of my head and I'm like, all right, let's test those vents. Let's test the verticality between the bomb sites. Let's test and see if forZe's defense can actually handle it at some point early on in this map.
Yeah, why not? They've crumbled a lot on that first map. So yeah, if you feel like you've got them near the edge and you can just push them over, you want to go for that. A little bit of an attempted flash to try and get a fight. That flash is also a little bit suspicious, I think, to the Astralis side. They're wondering, wait a minute, why did they flash out there? So they're on the lookout. They've already lost Glaive though, and Jerry, ooh, trying to sneak up. If he could have swung for it, maybe he could have won that fight. But Farley will take him down. I still kind of like the aggression outside from the CT side here. I mean, they have to try something to shut down Astralis, so might have been worth a shot there. But right now, the trade probably going to favor Astralis.
I don't think Jerry was even thinking about swinging. I think he was just trying to find some safety on the other side of the box. He was trying to just kind of get away from Config, who was going to close in on his position. Molotov back behind blue box. Shelfie's going to have to back away, looking towards the mini roof. Got to be careful, but he's found an angle where Farlick wasn't looking. Good kill onto the upper of Astralis, and now once again, Astralis' attack has fallen back a step. Bomb's dropped out in the open, though.
Yes, it has, and Saunty, we can't see it yet. He's going to be realizing it soon enough. Trying to use that as a one-way. Probably does work, yeah. Blamef goes down in the meantime, and this is looking pretty good. A little bit of a good start here for the CT side. Well done outside. Saunty going to be able to pick up the last couple of kills, make it a triple for himself, and that's a 3-0 lead. That is, yeah, for their mentality, certainly, that's to the arms of Glaive. It's just going to be an issue, yeah. There's the window, and they know.
And they know. What can they do about it?
Wow, he's gone all the way up looking. There's the spot out. Does get tagged, and Kenzie's brought kind of low. I'm
amazed they didn't swing on him, especially with that dink from Glaive. They're going to go back to the upper bomb site, but this access is surely going to be closed. Norway up close, off angle. And Blamef is going to find the kill eventually, but it's taken everything. Reloading the Deagle. Jerry dropping down for the fight. Blamef wins that also. 1v2 now, but up top, Shirley. Shirley not the op of Zorti.
Yeah, there should be no way to get through here. Ooh, he's got the pistol out instead. All right. Well, Blamef will go down in the end, but that is an expensive round right there. 4-0 in favor of the CT side, but still, I don't know. That looked like it could have been a lot cleaner.
Yeah, it almost probably should have been. I mean, good couple of grimy kills from Blamef right at the end, but this was the one. I fully expected them to swing on Kenzie once he got digged. I wonder why it was called off. They had to have thought that there might have been a second player coming down the hall as well. I guess that's the only thing I can think of. Otherwise, they would have had that kill dead to rights.
Yeah, it could have been an interesting opening. Might have been a bomb plant to top it off with, but I guess we'll never know. Exposed. Smokes are going to help him out, but a couple of rounds right now. Ooh, they flashed their way through. What a run. That is so dangerous, and they're going to get the return, but I don't know. Still kind of trying to flex on Astralis a little bit here.
That's nice, and they're shifting a lot of players out here as well. There's going to be opt-down secret stairs. He has the chance to peek up if he wants to get aggressive. One's in Big Garage to take the place of Shelfie, who's gone down, and one in Mini. So a trap set up in the outer yard.
Running out of
and
time right now.
Config's just going to have to find his own way there.
Look at the clock. 27 seconds. The bomb is back in the lobby, making their way forward. I mean, they've reduced this into a 3-on-3, but
let's get into our plays. Let's get into our setups, have some communication. And sometimes these are the things that kind of go missing when the communication isn't there, is that kind of creativity and that like willingness to make a play, willingness to get involved in the action early on in the round. So it's nice to see. Nice to see a step up of forZe's level.
Yeah, it was needed. Desperately needed, but we're getting it here. And Astralis probably still just looking for whatever openings they can get. Something that they can build on. Again, we've got forZe making his way out with the AWPs. Put up a little bit of a weird off angle. Very hard to check if you're Glaive coming around this corner now. If he misses the shot, though, yeah, he's going to have to back on out. Good work from Glaive. That would have been an easy little mistake to make.
Oh, Shalpy has no idea. Molotov is perfect. Puts him out in the open. He never had any clue they were going to wrap behind him. And now Heaven is open as well. Farlig, ooh, that's the bomb though. That's the bomb on the ground. And in mini, there's one more player that's just been spotted out. Norway gives up his position with the shot, but this is getting dicey. Bomb dropped outside, and it's a 4-on-3 in the favor of forZe.
Nearly getting the gun out in time there, Config. That would have been something. Blamef has got the right idea, but the timing is off by just a second. He might have almost found a free kill himself. And now they're being slowed down, which Astralis don't want. They want that fight to keep going so they can turn it into a 3-on-3, but it's a really, really awkward round right here. 30 seconds on the clock. Config and Sip on one side, and all the way on the other side is Blamef, so they can't really easily help each other out. And once again, they're running that clock down real low. 20 seconds to try and see if they can get onto this bomb site. Blamef already found. And I think that was the hit that they wanted to go for. Straight into the A bomb site. It's the only way for the two parts of this attack to connect with each other. And there's just nothing Config could do. It's going to be 6-0 in favor of forZe. What are we seeing?
This is crazy. I feel bad even for Blamef kind of stuck on that roof out there, because the other players need to make something happen before he can come down that ladder. It took him a long time to like work up the courage to actually try and attack towards lobby, but forZe had already had control. Yeah, this is a really cool half from forZe. Looking much more aggressive.
Doing good work. And this is on Astralis map pick, so you would have maybe even thought that this would be possibly even more one-sided, and that's not what we're seeing. So, yeah, more power to them at the moment. Let's see. Still looking pretty serious on the forZe side, but maybe the reality hasn't really dawned on them yet. But they're actually dominating Astralis, at least to start with here. Can't take the foot off the pedal. Obviously, they need to keep going. And we're seeing even a little bit of a mirroring happening on the scoreboard on the Astralis side. Glaive is 0-6 right now. We saw a couple of members like that on Forster at the beginning of Mirage. So, yeah, kind of a weird change of pace here for the second map.
Yeah, this is, I don't know, at what point, you know, if Astralis, if this losing streak keeps up, at what point do you just kind of call it and say they don't really have a chance to get back into this? forZe is looking so strong. Opening kills, coming back from man deficits as well. Things are looking real good. Zorti with the missed shot, but still in some measure of safety. Flicks over, doesn't land. But's got a Molotov to keep some space. Glaive is going to drop through it and get aggressive. There's kenzie on the rotation, and nothing Astralis has done has worked.
Yeah, truly not. I think the only thing maybe we could point to right now for Astralis is the fact that they've done some good damage. If you look at the money on the forZe side, it's not super insane yet. So if they can keep that up, they're leaving the door open for some kind of a comeback into this first half. But it is looking super sketchy right now. So, yeah, they need this round as well to get a couple of more kills here, just to make it more expensive, just to keep forZe a little bit close to the economic collapse. He's got the right idea there, but the scope is just too much to handle. Config's a good read, but didn't get the shot off quite in time. Farlig on his own, walks into Jerry, and they're only going to lose Shalfie in this round. So this is great. 7-0 in favor of forZe. What a surprise.
Yeah, convincing 7-0 as well. Zorti's 12-2 at the moment. He's putting on a good show, a good clinic in this first half of Nuke. Well, let's see what Astralis comes up with in the next round. They've got all their AKs. They've got an AWP in the field of play. Some of the outside tactics haven't really worked itself, although I'm surprised they have been able to get down vents. They have been able to get down secret quite a bit, just haven't been able to capitalize on it quite yet. In this round, it looks like they want to go away from that tactic, that outside presence. Everyone towards the ramp room.
Well, let's see. Scoped up FaZe, hoping for someone that once the smoke fades, maybe he can go for it, but there's absolutely nobody here. He is in a fine position to try and take the ramp room, so maybe they could do something with that. On the outside, though, they're getting a lot of info on the CT side to realize that there's nobody out here.
Well, they've now got 2 players downstairs already. I thought Astralis might try and test this bomb site a little bit later, but this is quite the test. forZe have the read. Gap in that smoke as well. That spells trouble.
Lameth getting a kill in return finally, but it might just be too late at the moment. A little bit of a kill on Norway there, and the clock is not that low yet, but they don't get the space to get down here. That's the problem. They're still just a little bit too far away. Farley with a nice shot to take down Kenzie. It's a start, but I don't know. They're struggling to get into these rounds right now, and with you, we can tell 25 seconds. They need a mistake right now on the side of forZe, otherwise it's not going to work out. Farley is moving in for another kill. Maybe could get it here. That might be an opening, actually, if this is going to happen. There we go. Taking one more. 15 seconds on the clock.
Why would Norway take that fight? I have no idea. That actually gives an opportunity. Still a very, very, very small chance. Doors closed. Oh, and there it's why. This is why you don't do it. Jerry's going to come out the doors, but the bomb's gone down. Oh, he doubles him up anyways. Saves the day when it all came crumbling down. Jerry's there to pick up the pieces.
Excellent work. Yeah, right in the nick of time too. That could have been a serious mistake right there, but well done at the end.
That's a mistake that because he wins that, you kind of get back, right? You're like, okay, thank God. Like, someone saved my mistake from having those huge consequences, but you can't make that twice.
Yeah, those are the kind of teammates you love, right? When you screw something up, and then they're there for you anyway. They kind of erase it for you. That's nice. Oh, yeah, there's no reason why Noe peeks that. You're absolutely right. There's nothing really to be gained in that moment. Maybe just that's the confidence, right? And that's also something that comes with experience, too, is even though you feel like, yeah, what the hell, we're up 7-0, let's fight, let's go, we're going to beat them. Like, you never want to do that. It's not worth it.
The hype's gone too far. It's taking you places you didn't want to go. And it's exactly a sign of inexperience, usually. That'll have to get cleaned up, but regardless, Jerry saves the day. Got to be happy about that one. 8-0.
Yeah, what a
this is a real head scratcher.
Yeah, I mean, it's so confusing, especially if you're just joining now into the second map. Maybe you're just thinking, oh, Astralis aren't looking too good, but they crushed them in the first map. It wasn't even close to competitive, and now it's just a complete mirror. Madness. Absolute madness. 9th round coming up. Nice, clean pistol we got there.
White's tough to keep clean. There's leopard print gloves.
Oh, he's got the sort of white leopard print with the white USP. Some style going on. Could appreciate that.
Yeah, he's like a cougar in the bar.
Yeah, whatever floats your boat, Jason. You know, I'm not going to complain.
Tough to keep that clean as well. Little scratched on the edges. It's all good. Gonna get match medicked and underway as soon as we can.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know, like a janitor with a little bit of paint to fix up that gun for Jason.
Yeah, like bring like a tiny little paintbrush, detail paintbrush, and just clean it up around the edges.
Yeah, make sure it's nice and ready for it. Well,
why would it be a
back on the way? There we go. Getting a little bit of tea, a little bit of coffee, maybe.
It's dark in that room.
It's a real gamer room. I appreciate that.
That is a hardcore gamer room.
Flashbang goes off in his face, and he's absolutely blind. Can't see anything for days. All right, here we go. 9th round coming up. Good work on the admin team to get the match back up and running. We appreciate that. 13-3 for Sortie, 7-3 for Norway. They've been doing a lot of work. Kenzie's up there, 6-3. So they haven't really. I mean, there's the 3 of them right there that's only died a couple of times, and that's just that's another problem for Astralis. They're not even having the output. Glaive is finally on the board with a single kill, but we're deep into the first half. There's no time for this kind of thing.
Yeah, no, they're getting absolutely blanked here. Looking to carve themselves out some breathing room for the second half, but Not a whole lot of time left with which to do it. Kenzie's over in ramp room, all on his lonesome. And Jerry challenging towards Squeak Door, and Astralis this time being very, very quiet. They're running low on nades already. They've got 1 smoke, 4 flashbangs, 2 Molotovs. To the upper bomb site we go, baby.
Jerry all the way up against the wall, turned for the flashbang, but Glaive on the entry. What a knockout. Where was this round all along? This is all they needed. Swing into the bomb site, get a double entry, and I mean, this should be a 1 round already. I wouldn't even blame forZe if they don't even go for this.
No, they shouldn't. They shouldn't at all. I mean, you touched on it a couple of rounds ago. The money just isn't that good for a team that's just rattled off 8 straight. So, I mean, you go for this round, the next buy you have is the last one. At least here they can drop some guns over and preserve what money they can, and no reason to go for a 3-on-5 retake. Yeah, that hit took 1 Molotov and like a flashbang or 2. Not shabby at all.
Yeah,
I
sometimes
think it was Shelfie on top of the HUD who was just burning when Glaive came around the corner. That was the easiest kill of his life.
Yeah, it doesn't have to be that complex always, right? Sometimes you can get away with just running a simple execute, and this one was just dead on perfect. So first round, always the trickiest one to get. 8-1. Astralis could still they could turn this around, especially with the economy on that CT side. If they get one, another round in here, maybe they're gonna crack that economy, and then there's a path back into the game. Even though it looks a little bit ridiculous, I think it could be done.
Oh, hell yeah. It's still very, very possible. This would be a big round for him.
Well, outside we go. Shelfie banking a nade off the wall. Flashbangs to follow it up. He's so aggressive out here. And can he make it out? I'm shocked that he doesn't get caught. It could have been from the silo as well, but he's still alive for now. That's a bold move.
Very bold. Config's looking for anyone to evacuate the red box outside. It's not there. It's Kenzie over at the stairs who just steps up. He's well exposed. This is, you want to talk about a bold play. Here we are. Config's going to spot it out. And yeah, that's a long time to be exposed from so many different angles. And Kenzie goes down.
Again, what a dangerous play. If he would have made it all the way out there behind the red container, I mean, there's almost no way that anyone is going to check it. I'm sure Glaive must have thought there was no one there. So there was an upside, but the risk is pretty huge. 8-1. And if they let Astralis back in now, there's still time for them to do a little bit of damage. So we'll see. Got all the nades ready, burning out that common corner for someone to stand in. And we'll see if that's going to be the sign of the first stage of a hit here towards the bomb site. They still have the bomb out there. They could go for the ramp instead if they really feel like it. Flashing their way into that right now to try and put some pressure on. And forZe's calling it out, saying, yeah, there's a lot of people here. Let's see if they drop for him or not.
I think they'll have heard that scope as well. I think they'll have heard it, but Farlick drops right into it. Other side, he's got another one. Zorti doing work. Missed shot, but Zippet does turn the corner in time. And Glaive is here out of the vent as well, covering off rotations. And Norway, lucky to be alive. He's going to win the battle anyways. We wanted the clutch minister. He's got a chance. 1v2 for Zip.
I can't believe he didn't win that fight right away. Glaive, that looked like it should have been an easy spray fight to win with an AK, especially. Zip in a really awkward position, kind of boxed in right now. Gives away his position. That's a smart move from Norway. Don't go for it. You got your teammate there as well, and he's going to get the headshot. Amazing triple coming out. He survives on 1 point of health, and it's going to be another round picked up here by forZe.
I would imagine Glaive slammed a desk there. Yeah, because I think you're right. That's what a fight he probably feels like he absolutely should have won. And obviously, if he gets that, they have a 2-on-1 instead of a 1v2, and more than likely come out with a victory. And that was so needed for Astralis to get back into this. That was kind of the reset round of the economy. Nicely done from Zorti early on. Double kill is a thing of beauty as he switches around and rotates sides. But this is the kill that was all important. Norway able to take down Glaive coming through vents.
Yeah, definitely a desk slam moment right there. 9-1. Huge chance. I mean, if he wins that fight, that's it, right? They have a 2 versus 1 with the bomb down. I don't think that's going to be a clutch happening there, but yeah, they let it go. That might be something that they are going to regret a lot. Again, the aggression outside, this time nearly catching Shelfie as he tries to make his way back. But forZe really, they're doubling and tripling down on this outside aggression. Oh, that's a smoke.
That is a smoke. A smoke indeed. Glaive going to turn the corner. Op is there and picked off. Nice shot from Zorti. His op's been he's got 16 in kills and 4 deaths. I was gonna say his op has been very impactful, and that would have been an understatement. He's actually dominating this game.
Yeah, he's doing all of the work right now. Astralis don't really know how to deal with it. I mean, that's one of the problems though of Nuke. It can be hard to put that AWP away on the CT side because you can kind of maybe you dodge it with the wall of smokes, but you're gonna have to eventually face it, right? And outside, he's been having a pretty decent time. And in the ramp room as well. He's been everywhere. 9-1. Down to 40 seconds right here. No, we're a little bit worried about the Molotov, but he's going to be able to stick around in the hut. They're going to try and see if they can go for it. I think coming out once again. 30 seconds on it right here. sorTy getting one more kill. Norway's chimed in, and this is looking so good for the defense. Double kill for him on top of the hut. Never really pushed up for that Molotov, and this is such a ridiculous start. 10-1.
Yeah, and I can't help but feel like Astralis missed their window, missed their gap to get back into this game. It was that clutch they lost, the 2v2 that went down in flames. That was the one to reset the economy. That was the one to give you some breathing room and some easier rounds up against pistols. And when you let that one slip out of your hands at that scoreline, it's just so brutal. What a huge lead for forZe. As long as they don't just collapse at the end of these last 4 rounds, things are going to be just fine.
Yeah, absolutely wild, isn't it? One moment there in that 2v2. Maybe, yeah, you're right. Could have turned it around. 17-4 on sorTy. He's not going to quit anytime soon. And Astralis, I don't know. They've gone on an early holiday. They thought it was already over on that first map.
Yeah, and I was going to say, like, it's you have to imagine, ooh, good shot from zorti again. Good entrance. He's going to stick around. Deep Molotov. Misses the follow-up shot, but he's going to back away, and they don't want to challenge him at all quite yet. I was going to say, forZe might equally have a very labored struggle T-side. It's not like it's an easy thing to pull off. So if you're forZe, you're just like, don't give Astralis a chance. Don't give them the 4 rounds that they won.
Yeah, you're right. To definitely keep the focus here. Ooh! Okay, that's a bit of an unforced error. Might not make a big difference in the end. There's still a 4-on-3 right here, but it's a nice move the first go around to push in front of the Molotov and right through the smoke. Farley goes down and pushing in his Shalpy. They must be so confused, Astralis. They're just thinking, why are they this aggressive all the time? But at the same time, they're not really able to stop them. 11-1, and in spite of some hilarious Molotov play coming out from sorTy, it still works out just fine.
I just feel bad that we caught all of it. We caught literally every single piece of damage from that Molotov. It's not like we came in at the end. We watched him go from 100 to 0.
Yeah. This is good camera work, you know? Sucks to be the one to get caught like that, but, you know, what do you do? He wanted to close the door. He was trying to be respectful, you know? Yeah,
also, I mean, starters don't run into the wall when you're standing at fire. That would have helped for sure.
Yeah, more good ideas. I don't know what we're witnessing. This is so ridiculous. 11-1, 13th round coming up. Astralis look confused at best.
Dazed and confused.
Yeah, not exactly what we were expecting coming in from the first map, but here we are anyway. Need to find a way to get the last 3 rounds, make it 11-4, and then we can pick up the conversation in the second half to see how that goes. But it's a long way away right now. They are really aggressive out here again. I mean, Shalfie, this is one of the more sort of conservative rounds he's been playing, but they put so much pressure on Astralis that they must be getting a little bit worried themselves.
This has upper execute written all over it, with Glaive lurking outside, cut off Shalfie, who he's thinking would go towards the mini garage.
Yeah.
Farlig with utility. Jerry's going to be on defense over towards door as well.
They're just ready for the right moment. If they can get the timing down perfect, then it can work. Last time the Molotov didn't really do enough to Kenzie. He just stuck around up there, so they're going to have to try and see if they can do it again. Always ready with the counter Molotovs as well to slow them down, and that's a pretty nice nade. It'll focus all of the attention towards that squeak door. It's Sip with the opening, Norway at the back of the bomb site, ready to fight, and he's going to take 2 of them with him. They're still swinging, coming around the corner, and Farlig is going to be up close with the Galil, and that's the close out of the round. Config getting 3 in that one, and it's another A execute, a little bit slower than last time, but it's still, those are the only rounds they've won.
Yeah. And the first time was a double entry from Glaive, so I mean, on top of the upper execute, some individual heroics and fragging as well. Norway does his best, but Config just too much to handle in the round. Now the question becomes, let's just hypothetically say Astralis rattle off the final rounds of this half. Is 4 enough for the second half? That's the weird one.
I mean, surely it isn't, but maybe 4 with winning the pistol on the second one, and if they can get up to that 11-7 type scoreline, you know, there is a way, but damn, it's still pretty far away. I'd say it's unacceptable if they get 4, but it's the best they can do right here. Glaive, Conflict with a couple of kills, traded quickly on the other side, so 3 versus 3, although Kenzie's really low on health, and they haven't committed yet. They don't have to stick around for this just yet. Blamev has the right idea, but they could still retreat back into the B bomb side if they wanted to. They're going to go fight it. Shalfie goes right down. Nice headshot from Farlig. And now it's a 2 versus 3 with one of them very low on health. Salty, he might have to do all the work himself. So he's been doing that for a minute now. Maybe he's got what it takes here.
Rinse and repeat on these upper execs. I think if you're Zorti and Kenzie, you just got to save here. There's no money built up at all. Kenzie might be able to drop a FAMAS over to a teammate, but it's not going to be a pretty buy in the next round. So Astralis is up to 3. All 3 of them upper execs.
Yeah, I mean, if it works, then just keep doing it. But
well, that's the funny thing coming into this last round is like, do you dare, if you're Astralis, call it again 3 rounds in a row when forZe know that's the only thing that's been successful? And if you're forZe, do you stack the upper bomb site since you know it's the only way they've been able to win rounds? So a little bit of a mind game coming in this last round of the first half.
Yeah, that feels like one of those rock paper scissors moments, right? Where you know you play one thing too much and you start to enter a little bit of a mind game, even in something as simple as that. And the same thing happens here. I think you're right. Config is at 11 kills, top fragging on the Astralis side. So there's something that's working, but we're still a long ways away. Let's just see. 15th round is coming up. What are Astralis going to try and do? Still running in towards that lobby with pretty much the full force. A lot of grenades coming up, but the counter nades are kind of there. See if they can take the fight. Blamev with the opening. That's a good start. Noe up here. MP9, and he doesn't have a lot of real estate to stand on. Flashed, but no one's checking him. Oh, that might have been a mistake. Sip will make up for it right away, but a moment there where he had a real opportunity. And again, it's the A execute that just seems to be working.
Yeah, that third flashbang really caught and ruined Norwe's day. Now you have to go for this retake. There's no saving here. Flashbang from back in CT spawn. Kenzie up top, waiting to pounce over the smoke as well. But there's so many Astralis bodies to deal with, all staggered in different positions, and nobody coming from many. All 3 players be taken from heaven, and Zip and Config slaughter them before they can even get out. What a half for forZe, but what a nice little carve out of a potential comeback for Astralis.
Yeah, I mean, they
got the final 3 rounds.
Just a bit of a base to work with. And it's just all the same, right? A executes. That was the weakness all along. Nothing too special, but yeah, they probably wish they would have discovered this a little bit earlier, and it could have been a couple of more rounds in their favor. And again, the economy wasn't even that great for forZe most of this half, but they just kept winning the right rounds at the right time. So 11-4. That's not battling enough for Astralis.
Yeah, probably not. Maybe not. I think the only chance is, I mean, I think they have to obviously get the pistol, not to go back to that cliche, but 20 kills on Zorti. I think what Norway ended with 16. So, I mean, a couple of really good individual efforts from the forZe side. I think this is, you know what? I actually do think this is enough for Astralis.
Oh, okay. Calling it now. It could be good enough. Well, we'll find out. If they can win the pistol, might be able to convince me too. They've got the dualies on Glaive.
Yeah.
11-4. Working with Sonic's Law right now. Glaive going to be going down. Config with the headshot. Pretty quick 2-for-2 trade. And they're on the bomb site. Should be able to get the bomb plant right away. And things just got a little bit tougher right now for the Astralis side. There is a kit on Config, but not seeing any smokes currently picked up, so doubt they're going to have enough to try and pull that kind of a trick. But where the bomb is planted, it's not the most useful tool anyway. And they're taking a long time. They're waiting for Blamev to walk all the way around. Config's lost, and the kit is far away from that bomb plant. Oh, wow. Knockout shots coming in here from forZe to start the second half with Blamev on his own. They know where he is. And yeah, there's not much he could do right now. Even if he gets 1 or 2 kills here, it's just so far gone already. So trying to make it expensive. Getting Jerry down to the very least, but there's a great start here for forZe, going up to 12 right away.
Yeah, but that always felt destined to fail. I mean, Config is rotating from heaven to mini because of low HP, but then, you know, when Blamev rotates all the way around, you slow things down in the retake, but also, as you mentioned, you put that kit in a point where if it gets dropped, you have 0 chance of winning. There's no one there to pick it up on the entrance in, so Yeah, it's a bit rough, but also, I mean, you can even go back to the beginning of the piss round. We saw that set piece as well. Upper bomb site defense. I mean, they really hit the floodgates before anyone in the upper bomb site could really get a hold of what was coming. So just an all-around knockout punch from forZe, 12-4. And now Anders, it gets really, really out of control for Astralis.
Yeah, they never really had any kind of a grip on the second map here on Nuke. They were in trouble before we even really got into it. But yeah, it's slipping out of their hands right here. Going to be certainly 13-4, and then the question is, could they build any comeback? Could they start to get into it enough that again they could maybe set themselves up for that third map? Because this one does not seem winnable any longer for the Astralis side. It's just a little bit wild. What is the last one that we're working with? Final map?
The third map.
Overpass.
You say? Nice.
All right. Okay. Not too bad. Somewhere to work with.
Yeah, that'll be curious. I'm actually very much interested about that one, especially after seeing Zorti go 22-7. This is just it's so crazy to see forZe do right back to Astralis what they've done. I bet the desk is gonna go crazy because they just had the conversation on the desk about how to talk through a blowout. Now they got to do it again.
Yeah, one more time. Well, anything that'll rattle the desk, we appreciate.
Yeah, they're like, we've used all of our blowout material. What do we do now?
Let's come up. Well, they got maybe a couple of minutes here to come up with something new, you know. BlameF. He is, say, traditionally in a game very hard to stop on that outside yard. I think that's one of the big problems of playing Astralis on this map. It's just BlameF could be, yeah, tenacious to try and find those kills, but it might be too late even for him to turn this around. Farley goes down. sorTy again back at it, not even with the AWP, but it's a really good shot right there. And BlameF isolated towards Mini at the moment. 4-on-4 in this round.
Only one player down low, watching the cross. BlameF falls. Config is the one down in secret for the moment, not encountering any resistance just yet. And Norway needed that kill. Shalfie, the last one left in 1v3. They know exactly where he is. He's picked up the bomb, but he's got 3 players to find.
Okay. Couple of things that are important here. I mean, obviously, winning every round you can to start with for Astralis, but keeping everyone alive as a secondary goal would be real nice. Oh, what a headshot. Shalfie absolutely ready, going to put down the Molotov, and nobody can challenge that. So he's at a minimum, if he's quick with it here, going to get a bomb plant down. Yeah, might as well go for it. You can't really check everything. He's going to fake it out, and that'll actually buy some time now for Astralis to get a bit closer. Does he see the gun barrel? Oh, he doesn't. When he's going to get shot down. That would have been a really cool move. I appreciate that. He might have thought that a little bit too much, but still, you have to give him some props for trying.
Yeah, or if he just has his gun out, that's a 1 HP Zipix there in the vents that he can kill and make his round up if he was even halfway prepared of the idea. All right, a lifeline for Astralis, 13-5, getting started in the gun rounds.
Man, this is still a long ways away, but I mean, again, second half is possible. They're on the T side here for so I wouldn't completely count out Astralis, but it does feel like it's a long, long way away. 19th round, we've got Scout picked up on Farlig, and they have AKs across the board there on the more or less on the T side, so they could do some real damage.
Yeah, coming out of a timeout as well, so they'll have a decent enough plan for this next round of what's coming. And at forZe, you got to be thinking at this point, up with this kind of a lead after the first map that you had in the series, it's time to just put them away. Time to take us to overpass. Don't let Astralis come back into this.
What a heartbreak that would be if they somehow let go of this one. That would be that'd be something that keep you up at night. Running through the flames. Kenzie trying to get out there. Putting a fair bit of pressure on. Oh, he's sorting actually. He's going to keep going. He's jumped all the way across the roof, but what? Okay, I need to see a replay. Farley with the headshot to bring him down. Not the best start, but Ionite the initiative again. That's a cool idea.
All right, Zipic. Over the top. He's found Shalfie. And he backs up into a new position. Just takes his kill and finds a new angle. Farlig with another one, and forZe getting picked apart. So 6 rounds for Astralis now in the map.
Slowly but surely. Small steps, but it adds up in the end. And
all right, Anders, I'll lay the question on you. At what point does forZe start getting a little bit nervous?
honestly, with the beating that they took in the first map, I'm going to say, you know, get Astralis up to 8 or 9 rounds. I think forZe are going to start to feel the pressure.
Okay.
I think it's going to be happening way quicker here. I mean, there's no way for us to finally test it, but I wouldn't be surprised if we're going to see a little bit of panic setting in, maybe much earlier than in the first map, just because of the context of the match here. Noe trying his best to check out everything, makes it a little bit of a jump down. There's the noise. Oh, wow, what a check. He did a full 360 to spin around on Glaive. Winning the round, not really possible, but still, I mean, that's pretty good. It's something.
Glaive has to be so confused. He's just like, what? How did I just get a free kill there? Everything was lined up for the free frag. Here you go. Okay, saw the barrel. At least he saw the barrel. Nice shot from forZe. Good round overall from forZe as well. Nice little double kill for him.
Yeah, it all counts right now. Just get as many people as you can mixed into this one. 13-6. Still no AWP on forZe, but they're finally up against a round with pistols, so this should be a slightly better affair for them. Blamef out here, absolutely ready for it. Jerry's kind of on top, and he's going to get the kill on forZe with the Glock, no less. Blamef ready, he's going to jump. Yeah, he sees it coming. But Jerry's already escaped the whole thing, so 1 versus 4 instead. And now it's just a question of waiting it out, playing a little bit of waiting game, hoping for a mistake. Do a slight bit more damage. I'm not sure it's going to make a huge difference at this point in time. Still, pretty good round, economically speaking, for Astralis. So 13-7.
13-7. 6 rounds away. And you said you think nerves is going to start being an issue around 8 or 9, so we're almost there for the moment. The first kind of reprieve round that Astralis has really been able to get against mostly just Glocks. Finally got themselves the reward of an easy round, easy way to close the gap. All AKs again for forZe. We'll see what they've got in round 21. Up in forZe's hands, Zip with an upgraded AK-47 as well. Shalfie going to jump right out next to the vents to look towards top hut. Most of his teammates outside as well to utilize the smoke wall, and he's going to drop down vents, but it's not quiet in any way. Glaive knows what's coming.
Definitely knew. I'm shocked that he didn't take more damage getting down, even though they look like a lot of nades landing on his position. Noe's gone down in the meantime, so 4 versus 5. Jerry sneaking up close. Ooh, getting the opening there, and they catch Sip as well. Shalfie able to do that, so it's not bad. Config charging in way early, and suddenly, from a 5-on-4 into a 2 versus 4, everything working out right here for the forZe side. They're going to get the bomb plant on top, and Farlig and Glaive, it's probably not worth it. I mean, even though you're going to get them to 14 rounds, yeah, they should run away. This is just a good round, but also it seems like a little bit of a slip up for Astralis. They had the 4-on-5, and they knew that there was that vent drop happening, and they still somehow get wiped out.
Yeah, I'm very curious about that one. That's rough. That's got to be frustrating, especially when you have all that information. And Glaive was able to pass it over with plenty of time to respond. So perhaps just a missed shot or just a blown fight. It happens. 14-7. forZe creeping closer to taking us to map 3.
Yeah, step by step in the right direction. Overpass is lurking out there. If they can just keep their focus right now, I mean, they're not far away. It's absolutely within the margin of error here for forZe, but these kills right there, and it's absolutely crazy. I can't believe that they got that quickly back into the round. So, 14-7. And I think that's going to give them some confidence, right? It puts a little bit of an end to the 3-round run for Astralis.
Yeah, it gets them back into the swing of things. Extends the lead just a little bit more. Makes you feel just a tad bit more comfortable. And if they win this one, that's huge. 8 rounds it would be to take map 2 and take us to overpass. Again, very similar kind of play. 1 player outside by the squeaky door, this time not committed outside of it, but 4 players outside to utilize the smoke wall. Unfortunately for them, Farlig's on the other side. He's at the top secret stairs with an AWP.
Bit of a gap right here. That's so scary. Farlig makes the jump down, and if not for the Molotov, he would have gone for that. He would have been ready to fight it. No, not ready. Blamef, he heard the steps right there, and Farlig peeks in for a kill on Kenzie. So far, this outside defense is great, but Blamef putting a lot of trust in that smoke, and they are just smokes, right? They're not walls. People can come through them, so gotta be careful about that. Sortie goes down, and it's all on Shalfie on his own. 1 versus 4 to try and see if he can win this round. It's not gonna happen. Glaive will take him down 14-8, and it's good for Astralis, right? Keeps the money going. They only lose
Yeah.
one player, and they're back in action.
And they handled all that kind of like outside, like really aggressive individual plays through smokes like really, really well. Perfect job from Blame Up, just playing behind this box. That's a freebie there as Norway couldn't find access. And even though Jerry comes through the smoke to kill him, coming back into it, Glave's ready for the rebuttal. So nowhere for Jerry to really go for safety after his initial frag. 14-8.
Great position to be in still for forZe. I mean, they have the runway to slow this one down. Closing games is, or can be, a little bit of a tricky issue sometimes, but they have enough of a buffer that they can take some time out, they can take a deep breath. Astralis did it and found eventually a little bit of an opening on that A-bomb side of the first half where they realized, well, A executes was something that forZe maybe weren't ready to defend, so maybe they could do the same here on their T side and just find that one gap that they need.
To take Astralis 3 timeouts to figure out the upper bomb site was the weakness.
It took a moment, didn't it?
Yeah, took a lot of moments. Took like 12 moments. Farlig with a shot from onto Kenzie. The AWP rings out. 2 players outside. Config has not spotted Jerry, who's close towards midi, but doesn't matter. Farlig's got him as well. So this round will eventually just drift away in the favor of Astralis. 9-14. They're 5 rounds back and still a real chance that they can actually take this series 2-0.
Yeah, it could still happen. 14-9. All of the money being poured into this round for the T side. Look at the scoreboard, though, on the Astralis side. I mean, look at how much everyone has started to come into play, whereas in the first half, it was so miserable for Astralis, but they're getting the full effect right here.
Well, even if you look over to the forZe side, to that scoreboard, if you just want to go like a, a paint by numbers type of thing, look at Zorti with 23 and Norway with 20. After that, there's a pretty big drop-off.
Yeah, and a lot of those kills are from the first half.
Yeah, I was going to say, that's like all first half hard carry mode for Zorti and Norway, so it wasn't a team effort. So, man, if they go cooling off, if those 2 players kind of start dropping the ball, you can actually sit here and say forZe might be in trouble, even with the 14-9 lead. But they're desperately trying to avoid that eventuality.
Yeah, what a rough comeback, and what a rough loss it would be as well for forZe if it happens. Blame if is up close. Getting a bit of a jump over on Kenzie. Yeah, they know that he's out there, but they line up. Oh, no. That is a real accident outside. Kenzie and Norway both go down. No, they had the read on him, and he might have been in trouble here. Jerry swings into it. Someone must have heard that, surely. Config, though, I don't think he... That's a little bit weird. Surely he stepped enough for someone to hear. I know they were dropping on the vent at the same time, but that might be the mistake that they need in this round 4, so maybe this is the way to actually close the map.
Oh no. Yeah, maybe it was some communication that covered up the footstep. This is so weird. This has got to be frustrating for Config. Got to be frustrating for Astralis as well. Tough retake coming in.
Sorte is looking for it, scoped up with that AWP. If anyone could win the round, it just might be him with this one. Not many nades left on the Astralis side to go for the retake. One single flashbang just being thrown in, and now they're rolling. They have to go for it right here. Glaive goes down. All it took is one little opening. Farlig and Sip to come back into the round, and they're fighting Shalfie. He's stuck in the corner, and they're going to be right on it.
Oh.
Low on time for that defuse, but with the kit, I think they just might have it. Oh, it's close, but they get it in the last millisecond. My God.
Yeah, he even started defusing it without the kit and had to get off it. What a panic. That's crazy. This is the opening. Everything they needed to almost just snatch the rug out from beneath Astralis. What a great recovery just at the perfect moment. And once those 2 kills come out, the bomb is never planted for Shelfie, so he was never going to be able to do anything. 14-10. Astralis keep them off map point.
And that is, that's way too close, but you wonder again. forZe, they're just at the finishing line. They're almost there. A couple of more steps, and they'll make it to the 3rd map. But this is, I think, where the frustration also starts to set in, because I don't think anyone's going to say it out loud necessarily. Like, it's not like you're going to be saying, man, you know, maybe we can't do this, guys. But it's a feeling that'll creep in eventually. You'll start to sense that, ooh, this is starting to look a little bit too grim. And you just had a huge chance, and you still couldn't really close it out. And now you're back on pistols once again. So, I don't know. I'd bet that the panic has started to set in a little bit. Kenzie's made his way down, though. That's a nice move. See if he could cause a distraction. There is a player down there, I think it's Sip who's down there below with him, and Farlig is covering the ramp, so they're not in danger yet, Astralis, but good kill here on either one. Ooh, Sip holding the lower ground. That's important.
You know, I actually think what's going to apply the most or cause the most pressure to like increase within forZe is the fact that that round was just so incredibly close. When you're that close to getting the bomb going off and getting to 15, and then it's just denied you, that's the one where you start getting your heart pumping a little bit too fast. Good kill from Farlig from above, dropping the nade down as well. I think that actually brought Norway down to 1 HP. Probably deserved that frag.
Yeah, it's close. Oh, okay. Farlig is down and out. But with only 20 seconds, this is no real danger of losing a round here if you're Astralis, but again, losing some pistols, maybe a rifle or two, that could still be something that forZe could use. Bomb plant would be huge, obviously, for them. That would be the real deal right here if they could pick that up somehow. Opening the doors, Sip gonna deny any chance of a bomb plant. So 14-11. And I'm seeing, I'm looking at the Twitch chat still. I'm seeing just a little bit of panic seep into to some of the people that were on the forZe side looking for a third map. You can tell that they're starting to feel the pressure too.
Okay.
Gonna need to post a lot more memes and emotes in the chat to rally them back in. I hope they're not reading the chat. That would be a huge mistake, but you know.
Yeah, there'd be a couple problems I think associated with that one. 14-11. 3-round lead. Astralis coming storming back though. And this round is going to be much more measured from forZe to start out with. Nothing too fast, nothing too crazy.
Farlig setting up a couple of layered flashbangs to get Blameth into the fight. It's a classic, and it's something that forZe themselves were trying in the first half, and actually had a lot of success with too, so good to see that being applied now on the Astralis side. 4-on-5 to start this round with Config up close, going to win that fight. A little bit of a smoke on top, and that's hard to fight, even if the smoke hadn't popped yet. Shalfie kind of knows that he has to win that fight immediately, or he's going to be at a huge disadvantage, so 5 versus 2 right here, and a lockout of this round.
I don't know where you go for this if you're forZe. And this round itself is kind of just gone to the wind. You're so split as well. They can't even actually group up. Norway would just have to create an opening, create some havoc for Zorti to kind of pounce on top of, but no more. Time to start burning timeouts if you're forZe, because I think regardless of where you fell on it, I think both of us agree that 12-14 and this kind of a comeback from Astralis starts to make you feel real nervous.
Yeah, this is so rough, isn't it? Just just too close to the edge at this point in time. Yeah, get a couple of timeouts in there. There's a lot of rounds that you've already played that you could maybe talk through and sort of figure out what has been. I mean, one of the things I feel has been working is actually been getting down into the lower part of the map through the secret. They've had a couple of people walk down here on their own. They just haven't been able to find the right opening behind it. But that's something to play with, right? If you can get more than a couple of people down on the B bomb side, maybe you can go for it quick. They've had at least 1 or 2 vent drops as well, so they had a couple of times where they could have had access, I think, to the B bomb side. So maybe that's a way to go for it. Try and get the job done.
Yeah, maybe. Well, Tech9's and a Deagle picked up around that AK-47 for this round, so gonna keep off the buy, so they got a full one moving forward at potentially 14-13. The recipe for Astralis was upper executes. I think have we seen a couple of those from forZe in this game, but I think they've mostly been shut down outside of like maybe 1.
Yeah, it's been questionable. Ooh, stopped in the middle of the jump. They did get the tag on Farlig. That's something to work with. He's down to 30 health, but he's got backup here. Sip coming in, at least to slow it down, gives them the chance maybe for an AWP. There's a second player rotating in. Yeah, there's just too much for Sorty to handle. I didn't really blame him. He wanted to see if he could force that fight, but Kenzie's now on his own. I don't know if they know that he's this far up. Oh, but they do. Farlig absolutely ready. Good heads-up play. 14-13. Oh, the pressure keeps mounting. No bomb plant. They're going to have enough to force a buy here anyway on the T side, but man, they're getting into a weird place.
It's 6 straight and what, 9 of the last 10 in the favor of Astralis. You certainly are feeling like hell at this point.
Yeah.
Oh man, I like this round from FaZe as well. Just keeping himself tucked in small behind the ramp box, just making sure he's not really a clean target. All of his teammates can rotate over to help out whenever it's needed. That's actually wonderful, smart play from FaZe. So timeout coming to a close. Round 28 is underway after 19 seconds of freeze time.
What a tough position to be in. Oh man. Some young players on this team, and I've no doubt that this is an intense level of pressure right now. Especially, you know, you could imagine the energy coming out of the first half, thinking that's it. This is full-on revenge, you know. Now it's slipping away.
Yeah, they had to feel so excited after that first half. That had to have been great. You obviously know it's going to be a tough road back, so it's measured, but what a difference it's got to feel. We saw them like maybe even overconfident at points during the first half, taking fights they didn't need to, taking peaks they didn't need to, and now it's just like, oh god, nothing's working whatsoever.
Still a chance, right? They just need a couple of rounds. One good entry, one good setup somewhere, and that's all it takes. Flash outside, but no real deep peek on the Astralis side. Just taking a look out in that yard. Shalfie, that's dangerous with the tracers coming through the smoke. Sip nearly getting caught out here. In fact, he will be double teamed. And Norby will take him down. And that's a nice start. Blamef, though, is going to take down Kenzie. Still a minute on the clock, so they have time right now on the T side.
They're attacking towards under ladder. Farlick's going to have no idea this is coming. Oh, he better be so aware when he comes to fall back down ladder. Oh, he's actually considering it. He might be aware, but they're going to hear him drop down. Oh, this timing is so perfect for forZe.
Oh, maybe not.
No.
Oh, he actually turns around for it. Oh, that almost makes you wonder if the drop, because you obviously can do that a little bit more quietly. You wonder if that's almost faking it out. They're out looking in the yard, but there's nobody left out here. It's a 4-on-3 with the bomb trying to make its way in through Mini. Farlig is in position, but a lot of the rest of Astralis are nearby. This is going to be a tough bomb site to break. Farlig getting one more kill. They might have think that was the opening, but it definitely was not. 16 seconds on the clock, and Blamef will close it out. A triple kill for him. 23 overall and 22 on config with Sip up there and Farlig as well. Look at how they're all playing well right now on the Astralis side. Oh, man.
Oh my, I cannot believe that's back-to-back really nice, focused, and mentally aware rounds from Farlig. To have that cognizance to just turn around and watch towards upper, I thought they were in so much trouble. Well done. We're all tied up at 14. This is a comeback all the way from, what was 11-4 at halftime, and then forZe won the pistol.
What a position to be in. I'm glad I'm not experiencing this, but you know, everybody has to go through at least a handful of games like this throughout their careers. I don't think every professional player ever has tried to have a game like this where you get to taste the other side of it. It's not that much fun. Nade, a little bit late on that one. Crossing over, though, Blamef is counting the footsteps right now. Yep, saying, yeah, it's the last one, a straggler there. And they're going to be down below. So this is, I think, where we mentioned this earlier. They've been able to get down here a number of times. So I appreciate this. Sip gets completely reversed on there. Norby takes him down. Config going to be found. Oh, this is working. Glaive about to get shot in the back, too, by Kenzie. It's a straight B-rush to try to get that 15th round.
I cannot believe it. I cannot believe it. Astralis has dropped the ball like this. Oh, no. I felt like they had players in all the right positions. Shalfie's gone towards A to clear things out in the upper bomb site. Blamef certainly going to go for this. 23 kills. You've got plenty of money across the team. No reason not to try for this clutch. He's got a smoke and a Molotov as well.
All right, so the Molotov will definitely give it away. They know where he's coming from now. Not that he had necessarily a lot to do. Had to try something. Maybe he got a kill with it. Running down to the bomb site. But there's so many openings down here. Might as well try and smoke off that bomb and maybe force the fight as soon as you can. But shut down by Kenzie. It's 15 on the side of forZe. It took a long, long time to get here. But now at least they've secured the overtime. They just need one more round. One good opening. And maybe they can pull it through and get to that third map.
It almost looked like Xyp9x was like surprised to see them in the lower bomb site. And I mean, Glaive rotating through a Molotov. Xyp9x caught off guard. Glaive like was downstairs, but not really involved in the action. That was just like a weird circumstances of events for Astralis to actually lose that. I think they're going to be really frustrated looking back on that round and all the mistakes and some of the decisions that they made there. 15-14, forZe have a lifeline to steal this map away.
Yeah, there's a way back, but I'm not sure anymore. Blameth and Glaive, a couple of good entries or openings in the round in favor of the Astralis side. Blameth does go down. forZe, though, smoke up. Oh, Farley calling that one. I don't know if he even saw him or not, but certainly killed him.
I think he got a tag with the through the window and went back to finish it off. I could be wrong. Shalthi and Norway, the last two left against 4. But this position from Glaive, you'll never expect it. You'll never even consider it. And it looks like we've got overtime at hand.
Yeah, and I have to assume that the momentum and just the general good mood is going to be on the side of Astralis coming into an overtime like this one. It's going to be kind of hard. I mean, maybe there's even a sigh of relief on the side of forZe just saying, all right, at least we didn't get completely reversed. We got that one round where we rushed the B bomb side. Otherwise, they would have lost right here 16-14. But instead, it's overtime. Astralis getting their way to 15 after a truly dreadful 11-4 first half that they suffered on the T side. But now they're right back in the swing of things.
The hard part, as you mentioned, is like the all-important round that forZe wins is that like B-Rush with Tech 9s and Deagles that's them that round. So they didn't actually like really figure out how to beat this kind of Astralis defense in anything tactical. They just like had one good round that happened to work. Astralis, at least in their regulation towards the end of it, actually figured out, you know, they have a real weakness at this upper bomb site. We can rinse and repeat. They got all 4 rounds with upper execs at different timings. So that's going to be an interesting question when we eventually switch sides. 3 rounds for each side in overtime.
Yeah, let's see. They're getting not much of a break here. Maybe a chance to talk it over. They have money, but I'm not even sure if that's necessarily the main problem for forZe right now, even in their rifle rounds. I mean, the one round they won was Tech 9 rush to the B bomb site, right? So maybe they just need a tiny break here, and we'll see if they can get back into it. First round of overtime coming right up. Jerry hoping to hit the timing, spamming through that, but no one there on the other side. And they're taking this round slow at the start. You could tell forZe that they don't want to run into anything quick outside.
Ooh, Blame flashed through, but not quite as clean as he would have liked. Kenzie's going to make a lot of footsteps crossing over. There's 3 bodies out here for Astralis, make that 2. But Blame is going to find the equalizer. Kenzie goes down. Norway up next. That's a big fight to win. Zip. Oh, he wins an important one. 3 on 3, and Config on top of the hut adds 1 more, but Jerry's already escaped out.
Just trading their way through the round right now. Some of these fights look really questionable. I'm shocked that Sip got that one. It looked like with the AK already trained on the smoke that he was going to die. The bomb, though, yeah, someone's there to pick it up, but you know, you got to be careful. About 40 seconds, so that's up for Jerry to have to walk this whole way, and if he starts running and someone's nearby, that'll give the game away. So Farlig is going to go check this one. Sip is far away from the action, but if Farlig just stays around the hut, if they start running in behind him through Mini, which looks like they might do, he could swing around and just get 1 good shot with the AWP, and that'll buy time for Sip to get there. 20 seconds now, and that walking is going to come to an end at some point soon. Farlig, not even unscoping, he's just going to keep walking, and the timing is so good. Oh, he's going to be blessed to find that one. 10 seconds now. forZe just going straight for the bomb plant. He's going to, well, Molotov it out, but the smoke is there to cancel the Molotov, and that is a huge problem. Yeah, out of time as well. Just not sure where they're even coming from. Must have thought Sip was nearby, but he wasn't. And that's the round going the way of Astralis. First one in overtime.
Yeah, well done from Farlig, but also well done philosophically from Astralis in the 2-on-2. Just saying, all right, everyone, just both you guys just tuck yourself into a corner where you're safe, where you don't need a teammate to watch your back. So for Farlig, that's Hut. For Zipix and Ramp Room with his back against the wall, he's just shifting down to the lower bomb site. Plenty of places there to play it safe. Perfect round from Farlig. Again, I think actually he hasn't had like any crazy amount of volume of kills towards the end of this game, but like he's had some 3 really smartly played rounds down the stretch for Astralis.
They needed it too. A little bit of a return there. Krieg in action to take down. Ooh, Blame if he's got too many targets. They know that he's there. Oh no, the panic is set in. That's hilarious. Just too many fights going on. Not sure where to aim. Didn't want to swing out to get exposed to even more players. Config inside of the bomb site. He's going to get one. But this is dangerous. I'm glad they took care of him right there. This is the kind of round where you can easily see Config pop off with a shutdown. He's got 24 kills after all, but Sip is on his own, and it looks like forZe found a way back here to win the second round in overtime.
Yeah, that's crazy as well, because there was a lot of bodies outside for Astralis. You're exactly right. Blame F just couldn't find the fight he wanted. He was looking for the guy on top of Mini, which showed his barrel of his M4 to the players crossing over towards Secret. And once again, the Molotov is going to be useless outside of giving away Xipix's position. Flashbang is out. First kill is his, and Norwe's going to put him down. 16-16.
All right. So some energy still left on the forces side. That's great to see, because again, what a tough game to play right now, emotionally more than anything else. So it's nice to see him still be able to pick up a couple of rounds here, because that's you could have lost all hope almost at this point. So glad to see it. BlameF panicked outside. They find a way to win it. So one more round here, and then they switch sides. First team to 19 is what we're looking for.
The worst thing is if BlameF had just ignored the top midi player, he would have had like a double lined up at like a crazy off angle that it was going to be near impossible to clear.
Yeah, true.
That's his timing on that was just really unfortunate. Spots one up on top of Twinkie. And Kenzie's already made his way down Secret. He's got Glaive to contend with in Vents.
Ooh. But Shalfie to open it up. NC challenges the smoke. That is an insane play. And somehow it works. Shalfie also taking care of Conflict with the Molotov, and it looks like they're going to win 2 out of 3 rounds in the overtime. If you think about, if you extrapolate that into regulation, that is a huge amount of rounds, right? That's a lot to work with right now. BlameF going down, Farlig on his own, 1 versus 4. And the problem is the only thing that worked for Astralis in regulation was an A rush. And there's surely no way they're going to try and do that again in overtime.
I mean, at least once you got to imagine it. Oh, man. Dude, Kenzie gave Glaive the biggest Zoomer versus Boomer peak in the world.
Nice.
Not like that's actually wild.
We appreciate that. Representing the Zoomers right there.
Here it is.
Done.
Glaive's just so like that was never a logical play in his brain. Like he was just like there's no chance someone's gonna just wide swing through the smoke, and he was wrong.
he done all the math, written it all down, and turns out there's one little variable that he forgot. That's quite an unlikely peak to try and take. I mean, you're probably going to lose that most of the time. But I feel like we've seen a lot of that. There's been a lot of aggression outside in the yard in the first half of this map where you think, wait a minute, why are they still doubling or tripling down on this aggression? And it keeps working. So I guess that's the reason why. Good shot right here. Good chance for forZe to close this down and win it in overtime, which wouldn't be quite the same as just knocking out Astralis on this map, but it would still be a win. Still get that 3rd map.
I mean, it's impressive to see them stick in this after such a great comeback from Astralis. Like, that would have been easy to just kind of collapse overall. In fact, we've seen it happen a number of times where the underdogs are pressed like that in some kind of a comeback. So, cool to see them hang on.
And they are. Maybe even with a slight bit of a lead here. Now they're on the CT side, which is real good. Remember, they got 11 rounds in their CT side in regulation. So everything points to the idea that they should be able to get just 2 right now. That's all they need. And they have all the money in the world to do it as well. Glaive trying to sneak his way through. They put up the wall, but they're actually walking on the other side of the wall. So a little bit of a trick. A nice swing. What an opening. And that's against Kenzie. So some revenge from the previous round. And Glaive will get a headshot on Jerry. Oh, this is a great start to the round. Astralis with a lot of time left. They can do whatever they want right here.
Yeah, they can. Norway's just got a molly off punt. They know exactly his position. Flashbang is out, but not everyone's going to turn from that. It's not a perfect God Flash. And Zorti's got to try and flank through Radio Room. Not going to happen. Astralis going to tie things up again at 17. No reason for Shalfie to go for it.
No, not at all. That is yeah, I mean, if you can get openings like that, double one for Glaive, that's all you need. That'll get the job done every single time. So can't complain about that. 17-17, going to be tied up. Some nerves maybe coming back in right away. Again, I said just 2 rounds, but all you have to do make a couple of mistakes, and maybe it's going to be all done.
Well, also, I mean, it's been a long time from the first half of regulation too, right? Like Astralis, as we said, they only were able to get rounds on the board with upper execs, but I mean, you know, different players are going to catch fire and have a hot hand, and different players are going to get back into the swing of things and start playing a little bit better. So some of the things that have failed in regulation are going to come back full circle and be able to be successful for Astralis. And that first round looking good so far. Team who wins round 35 is going to have 1 single crack at the map.
Some talk back and forth here. Maybe a little bit of a timeout, but yeah. What a close game. looked like it wasn't going to be. The first map was super one-sided in favor of Astralis, and it looked like forZe were about to do the same on the second map. There's a spray right there. Haven't really been put to use too much, these sprays, you know?
Yeah, well, they're not as... I mean, as someone who... I mean, I know you and I, as some of the older guys in the scene, really have a great feeling of nostalgia for the old school sprays from 1.6. These sprays don't really fill that bill, do they? They don't really get you in the nostalgia. They don't really get you in the they don't really get you excited to use them in the same way.
No, we need the ladder spray back so you could see people try to jump up against the wall.
The ladder spray, the T and the CT skin.
Yeah, just so stupid that was even allowed. I guess it wasn't, but people did it anyway. Okay, well, here we go. Back in action. 35th round. And Glaive wants to repeat that last round and go for more openings out here. Can't really blame it. It worked really well, so why not give it a shot? Sneaking down is forZe with the AWP was a huge reason why they had such a good first half on the CT side with that AWP. He did a lot of work, and he's ready to do it again. See, Glaive, he had this fight before. Last time, Glaive managed to juke out the shot and not get killed, and he's going to do it again. That's some great homework from Glaive, but they're going to lose Blameth on the other side, and Shalfie, for a minute, he was exposed, but now he's back in a safe position.
I don't know where Astralis goes from here, though. 1 minute. Player outside at red box. Farlig looking for it. Oh. He just tucks him down. Shalfie was in so much danger. There goes Zorti. And, oh, he's got a teammate here at window as well. This is going to be so tough for Astralis to deal with because Glaive is never going to check this red box. He will never in his... Oh, maybe he will.
He's thinking about it. You're right. It's a little bit wild. He actually does go to look. I mean, that's some heads-up play for Glaive, but I think it's too late. You're right, because why would he? They've already been checking it with the AWP. They've looked at it for a long time, and then suddenly there's a teammate in hell from forZe's side, so suddenly all the attention is drawn away. Farlig and Sib, they're down below. They could open the door and get an immediate bomb plant, but you're going to have to trust that there's no one here. If you open the door and spend a lot of time looking, then they're going to get here before there's even any chance. So 19 seconds, they're going to go for the bomb plant, and they'll get it as well. 2 versus 4 in the after plant. There is a Molotov on that T side and no smokes on the CT side. It's not a huge resource. It's hard to throw that Molotov where they are at the moment, but maybe it's something to work with. We'll see if Sip lives long enough to actually ruin their plans here. Nice shot from Farlig, and getting down the vent. Oh, Sip will cancel that out. Now it's doable. Now it's possible. He just has to live in that control room. Takes a little bit of a fight. Gets the headshot, but we'll see. Molotov already thrown out. 1 versus 1. Shalfie versus Sip, and he might be able to do it this time. Goes straight for it. Taps it. Oh, but he comes back and Sip. He didn't bite first time, and he gets the headshot. Clutches it. He's back in action. Nice triple, and that is a huge blow to forZe.
Yeah, nice triple and a 2v4 victory for Farlig and Xyp9x. That's absolutely perfect. This round was going so horribly for Astralis as well. There was no access outside. They didn't try and pursue the opt-down secret. Plants A, B, and C all got thrown out the window and scrapped, but this was just perfect. Xyp9x holding down the vent. He heard the sound cue as Jerry stepped into the Molotov, and Farlig delivers some great kills from the back of the bomb site as well. One chance for Astralis to complete the comeback here in the first overtime.
How do you, McRick? This is a brutal game right now. forZe, they've been through everything, and somehow they're still here. They need this round to get into double OT. Oh, again, see, he saw enough. Man, it was close. Config goes down. Almost overlooked that one. And look at the push that's coming up outside. They really want that double OT. There's one in the it's one of the silo behind him. Shalfie, I think he might be dead, but he's hugging the wall, kind of making a bit of a run for it. Farlig, yeah, he hears him down there, and that's going to be the shot. Still, he did something. Ooh, what a jump down, sliding right off, surfing in the middle of the game.
Oh, if he had gotten that, it would have been everything. That could have been the thing that changed the round. That would have been an equalizing kill. That would have been yard control for Astralis. That would have been just fear factor into forZe. Looking like double OT, unless Astralis can win another 2v4, but already just a 1v4, and Blameth gets traded. 18-18, we got double overtime.
Well, I don't know. I guess it's not heartbreaking anymore, but it feels like whoever wins or loses this could just be... I mean, obviously, if it's Astralis that win it, it's going to be super heartbreaking for forZe, but if forZe win it, imagine the adrenaline dump that's going to be coming into the third map. I mean, Astralis might feel like, damn, we just almost played we played almost 2 maps just on Nuke already, and now we have to play a third one. That's going to be hard to do too. I don't know. There's a lot on the line right now. 27 kills on BlameF and Sip each, 26 on Config. They've got a lot of players working for them right now, but double OT it is.
This is crazy.
Yeah, that's an unusual game, especially what we thought coming into it. Second map.
Yeah, especially the way that the Mirage went, the very first map of the series that now feels so long ago. Just a complete stomping for Astralis. Nuke was a stomping for forZe up until the very end. Now double overtime. And no one seems to have, like, really on the T sides, no one seems to have gotten, like, everyone's just barely gotten enough done on T sides. Nobody's really figured it out with any kind of consistency. Like, nobody has that idea that's giving them massive advantages that makes us feel like, okay, well, Astralis has found the key to beating forZe's defense, or forZe has found the key to beating Astralis' defense. It's all just kind of going back and forth at the moment. 27 kills on Zorti, but Norway's leading the way with 30 frags for the forZe side. It's 27 on BlameF and Xyp9x to lead the way for Astralis.
Yeah, some of these rounds, I mean, one of the ones that Astralis had was just double entry from Glaive outside, and that's great. That's a nice trick, but you can't necessarily rely on pulling that off every single time. So the A rushes were working out, but that's also become kind of a liability because you already did it 4 times in regulation. You got to be careful that you don't get completely shut down. And when they start with this much money in overtime as well, you could bet there's going to be some early defensive nades going down into Hut and Squeak, so it might not be that easy. 18-18, double overtime to play on the second map with. And just getting everyone ready and tagged up and everything else, and then we should be good to go with the double OT. Oh man, I don't know.
All right, let's redo predictions. Who you got winning this?
At this point, I feel like Astralis have the experience. They have so much more experience playing these kind of games. I'm going to give it to them.
Okay, that's fair. I was going to go with Astralis as well.
Well, we'll see if that's all it takes. I've got to say, though, forZe, they've had some crazy plays in some of these rounds. We talked about it already, pushing through the smoke, being aggressive. Look at this. Shelby, he's out fighting. This isn't matchmaking, but he's kind of playing it like it's Salty's there. I just don't think they're ready. I think Astralis must be shaking their head saying, why are they doing this? What's happening?
Yeah, I mean, this game is starting to, it feels a little bit more like an FPL or like a PUG than it does like an official match, doesn't it? Just the way that the decisions are being made at the moment, which is obviously great for forZe because this is probably the style they're more comfortable with at the moment. 3 on 4 after the trade outside. Yeah, it does work. It's been effective so far.
Yeah, can't really complain too much. Results are there. Smoking off towards Mini. Norway wants to take the fight. He's got to be really careful. Doubling up on the Molotovs in the corner. That's a little bit of a waste, but it's not the really big deal here. They need an entry frag, and they're not going to get it right here. Norway able to shut it down. Still a lot of time on the clock, but I'm not sure it's going to make a difference. Oh, nice trick. They baited him into that. If BlameF could have had both, it would have been a really interesting round, but Kenzie's ready to receive. That's a cool little trick, though. Diving down the vent and leaving a second player to catch anyone trying to follow.
Yeah, that was a cool trick, but desperation. Even if he gets both kills, you could even see Config was going to have trouble getting into the bomb site regardless, so... Yeah, that's the kind of crazy peak. And look at this follow-up. Zorti just making the jump on top of the big garage just at the perfect moment to catch out Glaive. But that's a very, very fast, aggressive peak outside.
Yep. 19-18, man. Tactical timeout. I can't believe it. Astralis will have one. They're saving their tactical timeouts for double OT. What's happening?
Yeah, I don't even know.
Absolute madness. What do you even talk about at this point? I always feel bad for any in-game leader who's playing into this kind of a double overtime because it feels like the amount of rounds you have to remember to sort of talk back through and say, what actually worked? What are they doing? It's a lot to try and figure out.
Well, it's also where you'd hope that your players that you've been playing with have some feel of like how the part of their map is going. They can give you some indication. They can say, hey, this guy's been doing this, we might be able to take advantage of it, or I know I can win this fight against this guy, whatever it might be. You hope they have some input as well. But, you know, one thing we asked about during regulation is we haven't seen Astralis go back to the upper execs that work for them in regulation.
Yeah, so something they can maybe pull out once or twice, maybe. Still risky, but we'll see. First team to 22 right now. If you've lost count, that's what we're looking for. Obviously, force with a one-round lead here, going into the second half of the second overtime.
But look how aggressive forZe has been in this second overtime. Last round was like the rush outside. This one is the rush up ramp room. All the way to a radio. Now they have like presence and control inside lobby. Unfortunately, Shelfie's gone down outside. Jerry steps up into Mini, and he's lucky to be alive, and indeed, he's not going to be alive much longer. Config finds one before being traded off, but this entire map is just being assaulted by Astralis.
That actually looked like Config was trying to fight fire with fire, doing some of the moves that we've seen forZe do so far, which, you know, walking through smokes like that, definitely risky. And sortitude, he's been a source of a lot of great op shots, but this is too much. Sip will take him down, and Astralis sure to win this round. 1 versus 3 with 22 health is Norway. There's just no way. So, yeah, gonna tie it up 19-19.
That's a nice round from Astralis.
I
think too, like when you see how aggressive they're being and telling how crazy things are getting in the previous round, if you're Astralis, you have to say like, look, we got to break out of the chains of like fundamental Counter-Strike, right? We have to like break free of being locked inside this box of technically good CS. And at a certain point, you do kind of got to fight fire with fire. And that's what this round felt like to me.
I mean, yeah, you should join them there. Playing this kind of really sort of regimented Counter-Strike where you make a bunch of assumptions about how they're playing, and they're breaking all the rules right now on the forZe side. So yeah, you might as well eventually join them. And you've got a couple of players that could do that, right? So Config being a prime example. He's going to want to take that fight. If you're going to be playing like that, you might have unleashed the beast, so to speak. Sip is all the way up at 29 kills, by the way. He's overtaken everybody. Except for Norway, who's at 34. That's crazy all on its own. Oh, the flash is so good. And that entry is devastating here. We're back at the A-rush again. Low on health. Jerry on the other side. No way out. Good kill from Shelfie in the meantime. That's going to help out just a bit, but Molotov is going to slow down that upper part of it. And they're pushing through. Look at Blamef. They're just hunting them down. Oh, absolute madness. Great start here for Astralis at 20-19. They get a real good T-side here.
I like that. I'll tell you what, I have to feel like that rush outside with the Zorti jumping up on the big garage roof in the first round of second overtime. I have to feel like that just pissed them off. I like after that, they're just like, all right, this is how we're playing the game. Screw it.
Yeah, whatever.
It got real grimy after that. They went right back into it. Nicely done from Blame coming through the smoke. So Astralis just need 2 on their CT side to take the map and take the series and book a ticket against FaZe in the semifinals.
Yeah, they got it all lined up right now. You think that might be the couple of rounds that they need, but focus is what they need as well. 20-19, 2 more rounds for Astralis, and they're going to be able to make their way there. And obviously, would be a devastating loss to forZe, who, yeah, they're out at sea right now. There's no life raft at all here. Surely the word in the timeout here from the Astralis side has got to be just watch every smoke. Don't take anything for granted. It doesn't matter how crazy it seems. Just don't let him run through and take some of these fights. Been too much already. Oh, the lineup is there. Blamef, that is nearly a double. Jerry on the other side takes a fair bit of damage still, but he'll return. Sip goes down. And oh, they run around the corner. I don't know. They were not ready for it. Config down. Is that because they've killed Sip and they thought he's the lower player?
Yeah, they made the assumption that there'd only be one player there. That's really unfortunate for them because they just ran into a brick wall, and you don't want to mess with Config whatsoever. Blamef going to get another crack at it, but he's picked off low HP. 3-on-3 with a minute to work with.
Yeah, they have the time for it. Where do they take the bomb? Down below. This is a challenge you could take and win, right? You can swing against Config and take him out, and that'll open it up. Then they're probably in a prime position to win the round. But if you miss the shot, oh, he's moving into the vent instead. Got to be careful here out in the open. If you miss the chance against Config, he's going to fall back and buy time, or he should at the very least. Jerry, there's the look. Oh, he wants to do it, and smart play from Config. Buy the time instead. Glaive watching the smoke. It's what we were talking about, and now they have a chance to go for the retake. Jerry's already low on health. forZe might have to do this almost on his own, and he swapped out for the AK instead. It makes a lot of sense. Going for the bomb plant right away. Oh, what a headshot. And now it's just forZe. 1 versus 3, trying to escape against Config. And so far, so good. He gets 1, tapping away against Glaive, but it's not enough. Glaive will take him down. That's 21 rounds on Astralis. They have 2 chances right now to close this out.
Yeah, and just get out of this game. If you're Astralis, you're just like, please let me be done with this. You want to stop being challenged by this squad. Stop this difficulty of a match. And remember, this is a very long comeback that they've made, that they've been just waiting to complete this whole time. That second half was grueling. I think it was what? It was like 13-4 at a certain point. They've come all the way back, and now they've got to win in double OT. And I think they have like, I think the attitude shift in this Astralis team, and maybe these last 3 rounds of overtime, is what's going to unlock their ability to actually end this right here, right now.
Yeah, it's clear that they've kind of identified that for a while there, forZe were playing a different brand of Counter-Strike to the one that Astralis were playing, and now, yeah, they've changed the playing field just a bit. Shelfie looking to do something through Config, not reloading, that's a fake out. He's just putting a couple of bullets through, and Shelfie thought that was the opening and absolutely denied. That's a nice mind game from Config.
Yeah, and also the experience that you mentioned coming into double overtime is really showing through with Astralis. BlameF playing behind Blue, playing behind Credit. Kenzie behind him in the big garage, and that's going to be the giveaway. Is BlameF aware? Oh my god, he's so aware. Another little bait of the M4, and Kenzie gets pulled into the play.
Some good tricks for people to write down at home and remember to try and do it. I mean, you have to think about it in the middle of the game, but still, yeah, a couple of kills early on for Astralis just based on some slick plays coming out. Trying to get through, but Glaive has already heard one of them. Config's on the crossfire, and he's going to get the double kill. Triple in the round for him overall, and it leaves forZe on his own. 1 versus 4 with no real chance here. Gonna fight right away, Config, though, but there's so much more to come, and it's gonna end 22-19 as Astralis will make their way through to the semi-final after a grueling battle on Nuke.